Hi, hello, and welcome to another Definitely Not stream. I'm your host, Definitely Not Vlad, and today we're going to try and hit 3K. Because otherwise I won't hit 3K before the season ends, and I will fail my NA new account challenge. Which would be dreadful, wouldn't it? Not the first challenge I would fail, but let's be real, I'd rather not fail it anyway. Now, you might be thinking, tomorrow there is yet another day to grind. But I'd kind of like to have the video out tomorrow, because if I have it out on Tuesday, the NA peeps, which is a good chunk of the people that view my channel, probably will be busy with the new season, or not the new season, but the new patch. And then they won't be as interested. And I don't want that. I want them to be able to enjoy this video that I'm going to make. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Surgeon Smash wants me to hydrate, so let's go ahead and do that. Cheers, Surgeon Smash. There we go. Some Pepsi Max. Okay, well, we need a Cinder Brew meadery at least at 12. And what I really need... No, I don't need a Cinder Brew meadery. I did a Cinder Brew meadery. Why am I saying that? I need a floodgate. Huh. Well, I need at least 12, and then we'll figure out what else I want to do, and we have to do 13s. Now, we're very lucky, and we have a Priory of the Sacred Flame at ++12, which means one of the harder dungeons has been 2-starred. Oh shit, nice. We got actually invited. That is great. And what we also need is... Probably we're going to look for a Dark Flame Cleft. Our Theater of Pain, if we time on a 13, will give us a good chunk of rating because we barely timed that 12. We timed it with 15 seconds left. So that could be good improvement. I'm just hoping that once I get this Floodgate out of the way, if I manage to get it out of the way, that we don't need all that much rating anymore. We'll see though. Hey Mentor, how you doing? I need it after the walk. I already had some hydration after the walk. That was a good while ago. It's quite a nice walk. We went to like the closest nearby mall type thing. It's not quite a mall. It's not quite big enough, but still. And it looks like the squad's all here. Everyone's ready to go. It is 1:47 on the east coast of America here. So, well, not here, but there, I guess, where the server is. For me, it's 8:48 p.m. So just a 7-hour difference between these. This is why I had to wait the entire day to stream, because there's nobody else doing keys when it's like 5 a.m. or whatever when I usually record. So I've resorted to streaming to get my last bit of rating. And for the last key that I do that might give me the rating we need, I will be I'll be turning off the cam and everything, and I'll be doing full live commentary because I'd like to use that in a video. Watching on phone, can't see your rating. How much you got left? I'm at 29.24, so I need 76 more rating. Hey Whiskey, amazing dancer. How's it going, Daniel? It's going pretty well. Going pretty well. Had a nice day so far. This is supposed to be my off day. I'm not supposed to be streaming or doing anything, but it's the end of the season and I have a lot of commitments. Like yesterday I recorded a lot of things with Calibara. You can look forward to that in the next week when I finally manage to edit that out. But basically the idea is him and I went from zero to, well, tried to go to zero, from zero to hero in a single day. I don't know if we managed to do it or not. You'll have to find out in the video. And yeah, I recorded that yesterday, and I had to do some other stuff or other content things that I have to do in the future. So yeah, I've been a bit busy here near the end of the season, and I was hoping to not be so that I can do this, but here we are. So NA ain't real gamers? You watched the 12-hour Warrior Challenge in Season 1? Oh, yeah. That's what we did, Callie and I, at the end of the previous season, right before the nerfs came in that made it very, very easy to do, unfortunately. But, yeah. Kind of the same thing this time around as well. It's the same vibe. We're going to go for that. This time with different specs, though. Danny never came back, as she said. Did she say she was going to be back in a bit? I think she went for a shower and is now kind of just chilling, relaxing after the shower and stuff. I think she's watching 90 Day Fiancé, so you can say she's very busy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You finally figured out what to play, Mentor? A hunter? Well, let's see how this goes. Last time I came here on a +12 difficulty, I ate shit and died during the first pull while I was trying to gather. So hopefully this time around we won't have the same fate. But this guy is almost 100% going to pull mobs if he's not careful. Alright, let's do this. Okay, much better this time around. I had to just shut up and focus. The group is absolutely obliterating these mobs. It's amazing. I feel like I have no haste, but I think it's just the lag. I'm used to EU now. I played on EU the entire day yesterday with Calibara. So my brain is telling me that I am moving very slowly and that my abilities are firing very slowly. But that is just not the case. It's just lag. Okay, I'm very happy with how this went. I'm going to go straight to Big Mama, even though we don't have Bloodlust for Big Mama. And I'm going to see if I can... maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe Bloodlust for Big Mama is kind of what's on the cards here, and that's maybe what I need to help survive Big Mama, because she is a force to be reckoned with. On +12 it gets to be real painful for the tank. Hoping people don't get mowed down. I'm going to give freedom to our monk so he can move away. These loader bots, when they start spinning, they start winning, much like Mistweaver monks. And it is brutal. Rapid construction going out means we need to deal with another scaffold, but I think we got this. Trying to mount up. There we go. And go through like this. People might be late behind me. Ah, never mind. I'll just grab these three and go up here. I'm bubbling and I'm going to kick this. The reason I'm bubbling is for aggro, not because I'm scared to die or anything like that. I'm pretty safe here. This is not a tank and damage pull, sort of. I'm regretting pulling the 3 divers, but I had no real choice at that point. When I body pulled them, it was over. I should have pulled these two divers to give us a nice clear path to get to the next thing, but alas, it was not possible. People are standing very close to mines. It leaves me a little bit worried, but we seem to be fine for now. Freedom to our monk so he can get away from any mines, potentially. Okay. That wasn't the cleanest. I do wish to pull these still, but with the miners, I didn't want to risk it. Can we please kill this before it summons more? Okay. Okay, there we go. That, I think, is good. Not much left to pull. Divine Toll. The shields that fly out from the Divine Toll actually took care of that quite nicely. Did the Bar Brothers have fun together yesterday? Yes, we did. It was really, really nice. I had a good time. I'm super happy Kelly had the time and the willpower to go through it with me. We had some interesting runs, that's all I'll say. You guys will have to see in the videos, but that is... I don't need you to pull that for me. That is... I don't need that percent, so pulling those for me is an absolute waste. This is not time walking, bro. Don't pull for me. What the fuck? Hi, Listino. I tapped out to our hunter friend to not pull for me because it's not time walking. They should chill the fuck out. And their response to that was play. I'm going to right click and ignore this person. There is nothing of value that will ever be typed by them in this run, so I have no interest in what they're saying anymore. That's the kind of mood I'm in after PUG shenanigans for the entire day yesterday. Alright, I'm gonna just send this guy over here in the corner so I don't have to worry about him going off into the distance. It'll be easier to deal with him. Nice, we've taken care of all the bombs very, very quickly. I'm very happy about that. I tried to give sack to my friend here that got the dot, but it was dispelled instantly. That's good. We have a good healer. Paying attention. You have arrived? Hey everyone, Danny's here. Can we get a hi Danny in the chat from everyone? She's arrived. She says hi Danny. She must greet herself. Very good. Alright, Big Mama, 2 minutes left. We have 2 fights we can do before we have to pull Big Mama. So, push come to shove, I can prolong our time up here to make sure that we actually get a bloodlust for Big Mama. We don't need to have Lust on pull for Big Mama, which is really, really nice. So at the very least, there's that. You much rather have it going during the intermission phase where she takes extra damage. I'm looking for the trick shots from the snipers to interrupt them because those are the ones that are scary. We're going to go ahead and stun this Inspector so we don't have to worry about his frontal, and the melee can keep cleaving as many targets as possible. We have 58 seconds left. I have a feeling it might be good to go straight to Big Mama and then use Bloodlust during Big Mama. I think that's going to be the case here. We're going to go ahead and pull these two guys with Big Mama as well. Don't really need to, I don't think, with the extra stuff that the Hunter pulled, but we're going to have to just deal with it, I think. Now that I've pulled them out before I thought it through. Alright, first Electro Crush doesn't really hurt because I was under 2 damage reduction effects. But we're going to see how it goes from here on out. Okay, we got wings going for this one. I'm in a lot of danger here. Very dangerous boss fight for me. We got Lust coming up in a second. Demon Hunter kind of freaking us out. Lust is going out right now. Can use a defensive for this one. Okay. I have enough defensives to keep rotating through these, so I should be able to live through this. I just need something up for each and every single one of them, and I'll be okay. That's the goal right now, is to make sure that I keep having some defensive up for when she's about to smack me. Otherwise, no bueno. Alright, I need to move all the guys over here. She's about to smack me here. I'm going to use my Eye of Tear. That'll do fine. And I'm going to use the follow-up hammer that I got for free now to heal myself a little bit. Another Ardent Defender should come in handy. I'm very stressed because this is the make or break portion of the dungeon, I think, is whether or not I can live this boss. And it does feel like I'm living it. I'm going to go ahead and just use wings here because there's another Electro Crush coming. You can see that it hurts. It is pretty bad. Alright, I'm going to double dip on my defensives here and try to get some extra damage in by sending my Eye of Tear and my Divine Hammer here. It's working out. I have the Tear Set proc going at the same time. And another Ardent Defender keeps me safe. The boss is dead and we can move on to the group up here. That is wonderful. Okay, I'm actually locked in right now. Like, I really, really want to make sure I live all this. So my apologies if I'm not paying as much attention to chat as I usually do. It is due to the fact that I am trying not to die. And it is a bit of a challenge for me, as I am not the best tank. I'm going to ping that I'm going down here so people know. And wings and Eye of Tear, hopefully. Yes, we get Eye of Tear. Very nice. Divine Toll should take care of some of those interrupts. And get more like this and another shield. Wings are about to end, so I'm going to go ahead and use Ardent Defender. There's some spinnies going on. We're going to lay on hands our monk because he's dipping low. Our healer does pay the price, though. He wasn't paying attention to the spinnies. I'm about to pay pay the price if I don't bubble, and luckily I can bubble here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. These loader bots have killed so many melee DPS over the dungeons, it's not even funny. Nobody pays attention to this. Let's res our friend here, and we can move on. Oh boy. Alright, that should be everything covered aggro-wise. No, Explosion HD just followed. Thank you very much for the follow. Howdy back to you. Need to stun this demolition guy just so he doesn't... I think he succeeded in reloading, but just so he doesn't cast the RPGs. They're a bit of a pain in the ass. Now we have three of these divers. I could pull them into the kelp, but I'm a little worried what will happen if I do that, so I may just keep them separate for now. Or maybe I just pull 3 kelp and then chain into the next 3 kelp. That might be a thing. Let's see how that works out. There's 3 kelp. We're gonna do that. And that's gonna be spicy! Oh. I'm going to bop Lefir here because he got the bleed on him, unfortunately. We're getting some AoE CC now. Chargers are coming through. People are getting hooked a lot. I don't like that. We're gonna sack the other person. There's only one hot up on the kelp, so I'm not going to bother using my blood elf racial to clear that. But these guys are almost dead. I think it's time to move on to the next group, like so. Not the cleanest pulls, but I made a mistake earlier when I accidentally pulled some divers. When I get the second spin, I'm gonna yeah, there we go. I'm gonna CC that with a blind. Kick as many of these as possible. If some of them can't be kicked, we'll go ahead and purge them like so. If somebody can kick this, there we go. Or Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter's been on top of the kicks. I've seen his kicks go up more than the other ones. And now we're back to another boss that requires my full attention so that I don't die to the tank busters, because those things are brutal. Alright, once that is dead, I'm going to immediately activate this to give us as much time as possible. Okay. Explosions. Daniel from YouTube? Oh, okay. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. You asked how it was going. Man's double dipping on the stream. He's watching 2 streams at once. That is too much, not Vlad. Or any one man to handle. I applaud you. God damn, that hurts. Just, again, gonna have to use a defensive every single time that happens. I should have enough defensives for that, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to see if I can help out with some off healing here if possible. Because I'm not worried about the AoEs here. They don't really concern me. I'm going to use Ardent Defender for this one. Should be enough to keep me alive. It is, quote-unquote, only a 12. But we'll see how it goes. On from here. I should really get my IF tier in. I should use it offensively, but I'm currently very scared, so I'm going to hold it for the next Curse Slam that he does. That was scary as fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got caught with my pants down a little bit there, so gotta be a bit more careful than that. We got wings for the next slam, so we should be okay. Trying my best to avoid the waves. Dude, V and W are just such a pain in the ass. We got wings going now. We almost have IF tier up again. It would be wonderful. I think I'm going to use it because I got other options on top of that, so we're just going to focus on that. Sludge Claws will happen after this Awaken the Swamp, I believe. Lost someone. And there he goes. And they can release. They know they spawn here immediately, which is good. All right, we're not skipping bubbles because I'm a blood elf paladin. There's no real way to do it. We have no warlock or anything for any of those kinds of shenanigans. I'm just gonna ping here so people know where to stand. I hate this hunter. I guess I'll try to stand on top of other people. If I could do that, then we can maybe avoid people stepping into bubbles. We can use wings here and eat this bubble just so we don't have one right behind us. That would be really annoying. Guess who left that bubble there? The person that I was pinging to go move over to where we're all standing. That's who left it there. A good 3 million heal on someone over there. I think it was the druid that I put it on. These are the last bubbles. We're just about done. Well done by our druid friend healing us through this. That backwash is no joke, and he's gonna have to do it yet again, it seems. I'm trying to help as much as I can, but there's not much I can do. Oh, nice. Oh, this is perfect. Managed to silence everything. I need to blind here just to stop these inspectors from doing the frontal. That way we can all get back in on the action here. Trying to stop these lightning bolts, but they don't seem to be troubling our healer too much. I'm going to stop one of the inspections, just in case somebody can survive a single one. And they get caught in it. There we go. Are you kidding me? That is completely and absolutely my bad. I don't know how the fuck I was targeting this guy. I did not mean to pull him at all. There is no reason for me to pull this guy. We have so much overcount now because the stupid pulls. It's completely my bad. I really did not need to. God damn it, I'm annoyed with myself. We have plenty of time, so I'm not worried about this, but it's really annoying because I scolded the hunter for pulling for me. But whatever. I lay on hands on myself just to make sure that I live. I'm going to wings as well. I just need to live this, and then I can do the death skip next. This is far more than we need in percent, as you can see. But the issue was partially be pulling that one guy here. I kind of really want to CR my friend here. Oh, he released. I cannot do so now. I think he got caught by something. I don't think he got rotted down by anything. Oh, big bounce. Okay. Could use a yoink back from the druid to keep these guys in place. The inspectors, I mean. As you can see, them teleporting out of the fray actually leads to them... I need to remove hots from myself to make sure that the druid doesn't fucking... Stand here on the ping. Jesus fucking Christ. I get people are not familiar, but if your tank pings something for you, probably means for you to go there.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
don't have the patience for end of season pugs anymore. I just don't. All right, let's go. We have Bloodlust. We have 6 minutes. This is basically timed until people are, unless people are going to be very, very silly and do very, very silly mistakes, which I don't think they will. I think we got this. They play well, they just have 0 dungeon knowledge, as per usual. When you see someone pull for you in a +12 key, you can just assume that they're fucking idiots. Focusing on off healing at the moment since I'm not in danger, so any extra heals I can provide to the group helps. And now I can use wings to prevent some of the damage that's going to happen to me from the Thunder Punch. There's the Thunder Punch. We're going to back up against this console, that way I don't fly away awkwardly after he hits me, and I can continue hitting him with Shield of the Righteous and whatnot without issue. Leaping Sparks are coming out. I'm going to go straight across the room over here to prevent any of the Leaping Sparks reaching me. I'm going to use a defensive this time around. And now we have to spend heals on ourselves because the dot he leaves on us is relatively nasty. But we survived the dot. He's going to go into intermission again right now. And we're probably going to kill him during this intermission, it looks like. 4 minutes 32 seconds remaining at this moment in time. More than enough for us to put an end to whatever his name is. Giesel Gigasap. He's about to be Giga dead. I just have to live one more big bonk, which I'm going to do by using my biggest defensive and wings and everything. He's dead. We're done. Thank you very much. All right, that gave us a good chunk. 46 rating. We're now 30 rating away, which is probably going to be 2 13s, depending on how things go. Whew. Don't you just love it when you're farming crackling shards, you're all alone, and then Blizzard phases you to where there's a lot of people and everything is dead? I'm sorry to hear that. It must be annoying as hell. I've seen some people do, like, they'll join other people's groups on the group finder just to get phased differently. And that works sort of on Isle of Dorn because you have people trying to farm theater troops, so you can join those groups that are forming for that. And then you can, you know, just farm in that layer if there's less people there. I've seen it work. Giga Ballsack. Okay. Got him. Hunter has app got all the lock and load procs. Apparently this person is in the Liquid Guild, which I don't know what it says about Liquid if there's people pulling for tanks in keys. Like, he doesn't know my route, he doesn't know what I do or don't need, and then he walks up into the 2 mobs at the end of the dungeon that I was trying to def skip and just straight up dies to them like an idiot, almost baiting other people to run into them and die as well, almost wiping us fully there and costing us a bunch of time. So there's any liquid people in the chat, maybe take a look at Doxy and why he's such an asshole. Don't know what else to say. 5 million damage is very good. You can have as much damage as you want. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. I don't care how much damage you do. I'm gonna upgrade our helmets some more. Why not? It felt like he had better shit to be doing than a 12 over there, but I think he's crest farming for a new character or some shit. I don't know. Whatever it is he's doing in a plus 12 key, like, that doesn't, just because you're in a key that's sort of beneath you or something, that doesn't mean you have to be a dick to everyone, or the tank for that matter. Oh well. You mind explaining the sounds you get? Are those to let you know of some cooldowns? Answer when able, trying to know more to enjoy more. I don't really have any sound WeakAuras anymore. I used to have some of those, but the sounds, like if you hear a ding or a that's going to be spicy, that's somebody subscribing or somebody following. We're getting a Nuggy fund? Are we getting a Nuggy fund? There is a Nuggy fund, yes, but it hasn't been funded yet. Hold on, I got a message from my mom. I'm gonna have to mark this as unread. She can get a reply later. She usually reads them 2 days later anyway, so I don't feel like I'm robbing her of anything by letting her wait for a response. The definitely not mom will have to wait. All right, so what do we got going on? We need 13s now. We need 13s for the last 30 rating. I don't think there's a way where I can do a 13. Let me just reload real quick because it seems to not be counting my latest victory in the Floodgate. But we need a 13 or 2, probably 2, in order to hit 3K. So let's see which one that would be. This would give me about 15 rating, and apparently Floodgate is our second worst. I find that unlikely to believe because we finished Floodgate with quite a bit of time remaining. I guess the other dungeons we had even more time remaining. But Floodgate is difficult for me to complete. It takes a lot of focus to not get one shot. So we might consider doing a Rookery on 13 or a Dark Flame Cleft. A Dark Flame Cleft 13 would actually not give us all that much, but if we do it really well and really quick, we might get a 2-star, and that could be good for us. Let's take a look at the Rookery. Rookery would give us even less rating than the Dark Flame. How does that work? The Dark Flame Cleft, I've only one plussed it. That's surprising. Oh shit, okay. Hello. Ken says, "Good morning, lad, from Huntington Beach, California." Oh, you're on the West Coast. What is it like at Huntington Beach, California? Is it really hot right now? I would imagine it's really hot right now. It's probably like noonish around there. I think there's an 11-hour difference. It's not noonish, it's before noon, so it's still morning. I guess you literally just said good morning to me, and I'm guessing what time it is. Thank you. Thank you very much for your generous tip. I really appreciate you. At DNV, I believe the person asking about the sound was talking about the combat alerts. Oh, the like pings and dings and stuff from the from Bigwigs. Yes, that is from Bigwigs/Littlewigs, and it usually tells you when the start of a cast has happened. So like when a mob starts casting a spell you really need to interrupt, or if a mechanic starts that's very important, it'll make a sound. My apologies. The first sound I thought of was the notifications for subscriptions and stuff. My apologies, Daniel. I also thought of, I used to have these WeakAuras that would go ping, ping, ping whenever I didn't have my active mitigation up, like Iron Fur. And that WeakAura is real old, but yeah. Apparently this hunter joined their roster 1 week ago. Oh, so he's some kind of shitty trial. Okay. Well, I hope his attitude and team play is a lot better in their runs and stuff. Because that felt very weird. I don't know. Maybe I just expect too much from players that are at the top peak of gameplay, which is Race to World first players. Then again, not all Race to World first players are also big M Plus fans, so I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna go and do some more 13s, or do a 13. This is going to be our first 13. We're going to look for 13 to 13. We're going to look for Rookery. We're going to look for Dark Flame Cleft. A Mechagon Workshop wouldn't be bad. I would be okay with Workshop, even though I have that 2 start. But let's actually look for a Theater of Pain instead. Theater of Pain 13 would be a huge jump in rating, because my Theater of Pain was timed with 15 seconds left. So if we could time a 13 with any amount of time left, I'd be very happy about that. The Dark Flame Cleft 13 could be a potentially very easy dungeon if we do it really well with 0 like wipes. That could be pretty good. So let us see if we get even invited. That would be sick if we could get invited. Also, Tippy Toe followed 20 minutes ago, and I didn't catch that, so my apologies, and thank you for following. Hey, is this NA, or am I mixing series? No, this is the NA series. This is the Prot Paladin from NA. There's no other series going on right now, so you're thinking of the right one. Shammy Ren also just followed. Thank you, Shammy. There's another Dark Flame Cleft run. Let's see if they're willing to take a lowly Paladin tank that doesn't even have 670 item level. Kind of ironic that I've finished other like 2.5k challenges with more item level than this tank has, I think. I'm running low on the Valor Stone department. I think I do have... Yeah, I have a bunch more here, so I'm not worried about that. That is good. Love your YouTube videos. Finally managed to catch a stream. I'm glad you managed to catch one. Here you can see me extra salty, you know, the bits I cut out of videos. I'm kidding. I don't cut anything out of videos unless it's just me repeating things to make it sound better. Oh, we did get invited to a Dark Flame Cleft 13. Stuff in a traffic jam. Need to pee. What do? You got any bottles, buffs, and heals? You can make like your, you know, you can role play on Amazon delivery driver and just pee in the bottle. It's fine. This was a Dark Flame Cleft. I'm going to say hi to the party. You're on a bus? Cool. You can ask the people if they have a bottle for you to pee in. The other passengers might have one if you don't. Make sure to open the extra Valor Stones before patch day. The items will go away, but they are not resetting Valor Stones, so I've heard through the grapevine. Yeah, they don't seem to be resetting it. All right. I am ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Hey, Cannibal Canyon. Now we bubble. For this first pull is brutal. But if I manage to keep these guys silenced, we might just stand a chance. People are helping with the interrupts, which helps a lot in general. Alright, once this guy is dead, we're good. I got really low there a couple of times, but I had to just shut up and play, and that worked out quite well. I'm happy about this. Guys, I think I'm going to start streaming some, like, I'm going to make, like, just stream characters where I just progress them on stream and keep the series characters separate, like the YouTube series characters, just separate and not stream on them. That way, I feel like the series that are just the stream can be such that you guys can always join, and the YouTube ones can be PUG only. I feel like that way more of you guys get to participate in the runs, because in this series I barely did any viewer keys. I think I did 2 viewer keys, which were both +6s, not very exciting. And I feel like that could be a good idea for you guys to just have a good time. Basically, just what Callie's doing. He has characters that he does on the stream, separate from his YouTube, and I feel like it's a genius idea, and I feel stupid for not having done it before. I hope he doesn't mind me just yoinking that. Nice. You see that? I got the mole herd to come all the way over here by hitting him and then immediately hiding. Then I'm the only person on his aggro table, and I'm line of sighting him, so he walks over so that we can beat the shit out of him. It's amazing. I'm smart like that sometimes. I do be doing smart things every now and again. The only thing I'm a little bit annoyed with myself is the fact that this is now going to be an issue. Just telling the group what we're gonna pull and stuff like that, so that's what I'm typing out right now. If we chill and we could just run ahead. Alright. Now I gotta be careful of this douchebag. He actually hits really hard when he walks up to you, and then he hits you with a tank buster as his second attack. So you gotta be real careful with him so he doesn't one-tap you at the start of pulls. I've seen it happen. I've had it happen to me. And it is embarrassing, friends. It is embarrassing. But we have the cart right on top of us here, and that is beautiful. Alright, nice. Now, as long as we don't pad too much on the ads and just focus on taking these guys out, or taking the boss out, we should be fine. I'm all like buffed up from all my active mitigation and everything. Now the only thing I really need to do now is look to bop someone that has a lot of the enemies on them, and to move to the cart so people notice the cart. Sometimes I don't notice the cart, so hopefully we can solve that. I'm going to sack the person that has the focus on them. They only have a few stacks of the debuff, so I'm not going to bother bopping them. I'll save the bop for something more, for a better opportunity to get better use out of it. Gotta take better care of myself here for a second. There we go, that seems to be working fine for now. We're gonna look for the next dynamite cart. That's coming up in a moment here. I'm going to use a defensive because luring Candle Flame into Tank Buster into Cart is the next set of things that's going to happen here. We're going to bop the Mage. Mage can just chill now. Yep, you got a bop, buddy. You don't need to do anything. We're moving over to this. Somebody was already there. That's beautiful. Nice. And that should be this guy dead, basically. I don't think I need to do anything else that's special. We got Consecration in the middle of all this, because Consecration with the talents I have actually slows enemies. So we big chillin'. I have 15 stacks of this, 21 stacks of this. The boss is dead and I can kind of chill out. Alright, now we have some big pulls here, so I'm hoping the healer is ready for what I'm about to put them through. Hope I'm ready. Alright, we managed to interrupt both of these guys. I'm going to have to stun this guy. We didn't interrupt that, we just CC'd it. He's going to cast again now. I'm going to use my silence on him. He got knocked up. He's going to try and cast again now. We're going to interrupt him with our actual thing. We'll put focus on the other one who's going to cast soon. I'm using defensives now. Focusing on making sure I interrupt these guys, because otherwise it could be really bad. They increase the fire damage we take, which makes it difficult to survive. I'm going to start line of sighting people here soon, but I think we're good. I'm going to start running in the other direction now to see if I can prevent line of sighting the mage and stuff that's blasting the mobs right now. Alright. I'm gonna ping that I'm going there, but I'm gonna hit these guys as well. Lots of knockups. I gotta keep that consecration down. That's a lot of the R that I have in it because of all the mastery I have. I gotta be careful with that. If I was more crit stacked, I wouldn't really care about my consecration as much. But seeing as I'm pretty crit or mastery heavy right now, I gotta make sure I make good use of that consecration. This is one of the reasons I dropped Blessing of Spell Warding to get the one talent that gives you 4 extra seconds of consecration after you move out of it. It has been helping me a lot to keep consecration uptime relatively high. Oh, the Siren Isle is full with people in EU. Guess everyone is prepping for the next season. Yeah, possibly. That's surprising though. I thought they were nerfing it for next season. We're going to bubble here. We're going to go ahead and pull that. I'm trying really hard to pull all that, but I'm failing to. Okay, the bubble is good now. I'm trying really hard to pull this guy, but I'm having trouble doing it. If I just lay on hands our friend here, he'll take care of us, and our friend being the healer. If he can live, that means the rest of us can live. Good knockback by the mage. I'm trying to reset my thingy with the stuff. Shield of the Avenger's Shield so that I can interrupt more. There we go. It's just this one guy that we pulled late, but we still have the big candle, so it works out. We just cleave off of him, and he actually ends up being funnel for this Arcane Mage. If the Arcane Mage can actually make good use of that, which I hope they can. And that's him dead, and my job is now easy. My job is to just kind of stand there and survive. Okay, we've picked a candle. I'm gonna add more, like here. Let's see if we can make this work. People are lighting. Only 4 candles is kind of low, but our healer has been doing really, really well. He is a little bit low on mana, but I'm sure he'll pull through. It's 4 stacks of the dot right now. We're going to use some resources here. Oh, are we... Are you guys serious? People better be using defenses right now, because I don't know how the fuck they're gonna live otherwise. It's a reset. That's not on me. That was not a tanking issue. I literally can't do anything about that fight. People have to just do it correctly. Oh man. Give the mage some movement speed. That's good. That's good. See, the hunter got the idea. We managed to get 5 this time. I'm just gonna ping the fuck out of this. They just don't get it. But whatever. Maybe 52 pings will convince them to start doing the fucking mechanic correctly. I just caused our friend the Tiger King Joe here to get hit in the face. Sorry about that, Tiger King Joe. Alright, this should be a lot easier. It's just 2 dots compared to 4 last time. 4 dots is a lot to heal through. I'm gonna sack the healer, make sure that they're okay. The healer lives, everyone else can live. Here's the barrage again. We're gonna give the healer some movement speed so he doesn't fumble it. Alright, if everyone... Oh my god, look at that. That's so much better. And I'm gonna ping this. I'm gonna ping our friend here and ping here. Or he can stand there too. That works as well. Because the idea is just to not extinguish the candles. Even if you stand like on the side, it doesn't matter. You don't have to stack here for this candle. As long as the other candle doesn't get actually extinguished, we're fine. Okay. Look how much better that is when people actually try to do the mechanics instead of just mindlessly smashing their fucking keyboard and doing mediocre DPS. We actually get to kill the boss. Who would have thunk it? Good thing this is a plus 13, you know, a learning key level. I'm so fucking salty. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a lot of pugging. A lot of pugging, and I'm having a hard time. Letter barrage goes out. We're gonna give Hunter movement speed. Hunter seems to need it a bit more potentially. He is trying to get more than 1 candle, which is really, really good. We did so well again. Just gonna ping this again now. There's the extinguishing gust. I do need to stand away on this side because I don't get one of those as long as everyone's alive. And the boss seems to be just about dead. I'm going to take care of myself, get this person to full HP. And that should be the boss dead here before anything else really happens. Nice. That was beautiful. That was so much better. And yeet. Please just die. Don't run to me. Just die. I really don't want to die as well. Okay, that worked out. I'll res the healer. And then I'll go over here and I'll res the mage. Okay, still plenty of time. Mage didn't save less for this. We cooked. I think we're fine. Did I interrupt my res? I feel like I interrupted my res. I think I did interrupt my res. All right. Let's go. I typed out stay stacked to the group. As soon as these show up, I have to move. And now if people just come over and stay stacked, it'll be kind of good. Beautiful stacking. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'll stand like this so I can... Oh, this is perfect. I mean, look at that. I'll take care of this one because it's really far away. Once we get these, I immediately move away. I need to heal myself a little bit here. New eerie molds. We stay stacked. We keep them all stacked. I mean, come on. Are we the best or are we the best? What can I say? We're just built different. The group's doing what I asked them to do, which is wonderful. Another Dark Flame pickaxe on Tiger King Joe. Going to get a sack because he's doing something risky by running over there. I'm going to move a little bit more again. Unfortunately, this is low uptime for Tiger King Joe here, but I'm prioritizing the well-being of the group over his uptime. We'll just have to deal with it. We were a little bit spread for this one, but we'll make it work. Just can use lay on hands here. Going to use everything. Make sure that we live through this last section of the fight. Healer's doing well on the mana department, but he's letting himself dip low for some reason. I'm not sure. There's not much I can do for people here. Scorna doing a really good job keeping themselves alive with that turtle. Our healer, I think, may have run out of juice. Doesn't really have any more cooldowns to spend, but boss is almost dead. And we're good to go. We don't have mirror images up because luckily, because our our friend is allergic to offensives. But that is good, because mirror images can run past the mini-boss there and actually end up pulling it, so it kind of works out not having these. I'm not going to do anything fancy here. We don't need to do anything fancy to time this dungeon. I just run along with the cart and I do my job, which is to tank the mobs that we encounter. That's it. I don't have to run ahead. I don't have to try to save time. I just go. I'm traumatized by this fucking minecart. It's been a miserable experience lately. I've been having a really hard time just keeping this thing from messing up my runs. Because I try to do something fancy and then I just... Oh, come on, bud. I guess that was an aggro issue. He just started hitting them before they even reached the cart, so my bad. Release, bud. Instead of typing, try to release and join your group so you can do damage and actually help. Script aggro 8 shit. Yeah, I didn't hit the mobs though. That's on me. Like, I didn't hit them at all. I was waiting for them to group. I don't know why I did it, honestly. I didn't need to do that. I could have started hitting them. That was my B. I'm just going to say that that was my B so he doesn't feel like I'm, you know, scolding him or something when I said release, bud. Because I don't feel like... I don't need to scold him. He didn't do anything particularly wrong. Alright, we still have plenty of juice in here. Sorry. I stopped mid-sentence because I got a little confused as to what was happening. I gotta drag these over to the corner here. That's not really gonna work. And now I gotta drag them over here. I'm trying to get them away from these corpses. The corpses is what buffs them. Every time I'm in here, I say that. I think I have enough space now. Somebody's grabbing a candle to give me a bit more space. I appreciate that immensely. Thank you, Tiger King Joe. And then we have about 3 more mobs left to kill. We're going to get 2% here, a bit more from those mobs. I could use a dispel here. Probably on cooldown, and those mobs bite crazy fast. I got the dispel, which is very nice. I immediately interrupt that, and there's nothing special to do with these mobs. You just kick the horror when you can and you beat the shit out of them. Very nice. I see some questions on YouTube chat. I will address those as soon as the dungeon's over. I'm going to try and focus on doing the dungeon. I hope you guys don't mind waiting for an answer, because I really want to focus on this, and when it's done we'll be fine. 5 minutes 25 is, I believe, more than enough to do the final boss and a bit of trash before it. So, we good. I stayed with the cart even though we had movement speed to run ahead, because somebody needs to be near the cart to keep it moving, otherwise it won't move. And then you're wasting time. Yeet. We just keep tossing dynamite here. Now, I don't have bop, so I don't have a way to really stop myself from getting stunned when you get yeeted across the bridge, or across the gap, I guess. So I gotta just sit there stunned, like some kind of weirdo. Even if we mind, you would not see it. Ha! I did see it. What you got to say to that, Miss X? Alright, we are gonna need some extra creepers here. The group over here is not enough for what we need to do for percent here. I'm going to immediately lay on hands on myself, and then Divine Toll. You have bubble available as well. It's still not percent. You have now killed all the little darknesses, and we can grab this. That is still not percent. Okay, we're going to still need a little bit more darknesses here. I'd rather pull the small darknesses than this. Nobody in the group really minds too much if I move aside. Still need a bit more darkness. There's a reason I pulled that sleeping creeper. He doesn't actually give you stacks of the debuff. That way, that makes him a lot more safe than the other creepers around here. We're missing a teeny tiny little bit of percent. We're just going to pull this one last little darkness, and that is going to be it. That's us done with percent. And we can go on to just fight the boss, and that'll be it. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Drop the candle over here, and we can get started. Very nice. Okay. With Bloodlust, plenty of time. 3 minutes should be more than doable. We just need to get the boss to 55%, and then it'll skedaddle back and leave us be. Most people are over here. That is where I'm going to bring the candle. Probably certified weirdo. DR, our healer friend, who underestimated the damage that was going to happen to them there. We're going to...
And that's going to be...
And we should be fine. Mage has the shield up, so they should be okay. Most people are on this side, so I'm going to bring it over there, closer to them. People are not using defensives enough, unfortunately. And not the best performing group. They kind of messed up BlazeCon. And the jumps, like the jump skip could have been a bit better. But hey, what matters is that we finish the dungeon on time, which I think we can. I don't know, time is dwindling away, and we're really making slow progress towards that 55% mark. Starting to get a little worried. Somebody is grabbing a candle. That is good. I'm going to help out with healing. Our healer is really underestimating this intermission damage. We have the CR here. These deaths are really taking a big bite out of our time. I think this is going to end up being a brick because my friends here just weren't able to pull through. Us rotting out like that during the intermission damage, well, it's not intermission, just during the big damage event is just really not acceptable. Between defensives and, well, the mage didn't use a single defensive for that, so that's kind of on them, but still, I do feel... Yeah, 25 seconds left. Mage just refuses to use any defensives for any sort of damage that they're about to take. That's really not helping our cause right now. Every time he gets the shadow thing, he doesn't have any defensives up, even if he has the shield up, or shield ready, which is like the go-to defensive. 3 more percent in 8 seconds is just not going to happen. We're about to have to deal with another one of these. Big heals are going out now. The healer this time, see, the healer was ready, but too little too late. We unfortunately do not time the dungeon by 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. What's it going to be in the end? By 13 seconds, 14 seconds. That is disappointing considering how easy this dungeon actually is, but oh well. Life sucks and then you die. Anyone want this? Tiger King Joe in the chat says, Mage, did you cast Altar Time once? Let's check. I think they cast in many defensives at all. I don't think they cast Altar Time. No, no Altar Time. You get Ultra Time, grab candle, come back, 0 downtime. Yeah, something like that. Oh, no, we got trolled. He made me, good thing, quick thinking, put the bop in. I spammed bubble, but it was on cooldown, so I bopped instead. God damn. Alter time in the plus 13 is insane. I would be okay with no alter time if that meant he actually used any of his other defensives, but he does not. But either way, I don't think the mage was the really big deal here. Us rotting out because the druid had no healing ready for the big damage event. That's kind of what fucked us. But in general, I feel like we just had a lot of deaths in that run. Let me just check real quick how many deaths there were in this one. Yeah, quite a few. And look, the person that uses defensives the least and the person that has the least defensives died the most. It is kind of crazy to me. Like, one of the perks of being a mage is having a defensive for every single damage event because you have so many of them. And then people don't really utilize that. That being said, I wasn't great at using defensives as a mage either when I played it, so I'll leave it to them. Show me the druid's heals, please. Here you go. Here are the spells. Lots of regrowth, lots of insurance. Symbiotic blooms, but like 0 damage done. There is like that looks like 2 rakes being done the entire dungeon. So I think this. Yeah, they just didn't rip or rake anywhere near enough to make use of their actual hero talents. So I feel like they were kind of useless on that front. How many casts of what? Rake? They have 3 hits of Rake, so I would imagine not many. So no, it looks like 3 hits of Rake, so 3 casts of Rake throughout the entire dungeon. They didn't do shit with that. No flowers? Which flowers? Dude, everything's a fucking flower. Is efflorescence? Is that what the flower is, or? Okay, 125 regrowths, 246 rejuvenations, which feels a little wild to me. 64 wild growths, 18 swift mends, which feels low in my opinion, but I don't know. 41 casts of life bloom feels very suspiciously low. I maybe I'm crazy, but that feels super low. I don't know, man. It feels like they weren't really all that great at healing. Think he just did not press buttons? I don't know. I was the DH. Me and you couldn't lift the group from dying so much. Yeah, I think the HPS was a bit low, and I think that we had issues. The issue was the wipe on the second boss. That wipe cost us too much time between the death timers and just all the progress we lost on the boss and had to redo. That was the issue. And the reason we wiped on that boss was purely because the DPS spread out like fucking crazy. And we hit too many candles with the extinguishing gust. And I feel like if people don't know how the boss works in a plus 13, they should get the fuck out of 13s. He did 900k DPS? I mean, yeah, but like the real... That is a smaller portion of our failure than the second boss. Like, the second boss being misplayed by 3 to 4 people was kind of bad. Let me check these YouTube questions we had. I just saw range DPS 1. Any idea which range DPS you're going to play? I don't know yet, actually. I'm still debating whether I should do a poll or if I should do... I'm going to write this down before I forget. Season 3. Ranged... Forgot how to frickin' write range DPS pool. I'm gonna set one up tonight and then I'm gonna let that cook. The question is whether I will let you guys vote for any range DPS or if I'll limit it to a few options that I'm excited about. Lady Sophistry says, you know, take candle. I came in there and I took the candle and I moved it around. I understand your pain. Yesterday was my first run of the whole season where no one died in the minefield and Motherlode. Holy shit. Yeah, yesterday I did a run during the Cali thing. I did a run where I decided to just run up the minefield instead of with people, instead of bringing the mines and everything down. And I will never do that again. It is so freaking inefficient. Give us options if you don't want to play Fire Mage. Are you threatening me with Fire Mage? That's what it sounds like. Do a few options you want to play due to otherwise it's a pain for me. Oh yeah. Arcane should be good in season 3. And I have to do that would mean I have to play mage, and I'm not the best mage. But then again, it's just a zero to hero character, so I can hit hero with any character. Danny asked me to moisturize, and I will do so. I will grab this thing, whatever the fuck it is, and moisturize really quick before we move on. I don't want to use too much of this stuff because I'm really sweaty and I really need to go take a shower, but I gotta get this done before I can get that done, so yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to try again. This time I'm not gonna look for a DFC because I just did one and I don't feel like doing the dungeon again. For a little bit. Can we give you a fake tan? No. Absolutely. Absolutely not. I refuse. So we got no rating from that because an untimed 13 is not more valuable than a timed 12. So we're going to go ahead and find a group, not for DFC. We're just going to look for 13s of these currently selected dungeons. No groups found of those dungeons. Man, NA is fucking dead.
And that's going to be spicy.
Darkest War just subscribed with Prime. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. I'm glad you consider me your Prime option. I just wiggled the monitor, so that wiggled the camera. I'm sorry about that. How about a real tan then? You mean go outside where there's people? Ugh. All right, let's see if we can get into this plus 13 Mechagon workshop. I feel like that could be a bit of rating I could get. It's not like I have anything else to freaking apply to anyway. I really hope I don't have to do another Dark Flame Cleft. Ew, people. Yeah, something like that. It's my reaction to getting invited to go to concerts and stuff like that. I'm fine with any ranged DPS. I only play healers, so it's fun to see whichever DPS and tank you play. Ah. Well, I thank you for being so open-ended on that. That is a Mistweaver, a Retribution Paladin, and a Arms Warrior. I don't think we're going to do well on BlazeCon, and having seen the group just now do BlazeCon the way they did it, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. Guys, am I going to have to push up my own key to a 13? That's going to take forever. I just don't have time for that. We're just going to have to sit here and wait for a queue to pop up that I can join and actually, benefit from. Though that being said, I could do any key on 13 now and get rating from it, so I don't know. Do you need a 13 motherload? I have that. I apologize, I can't join viewers on keys. It's a PUG only sort of challenge. Mistweaver should have Chi-Ji at every damage event on Blaze, bro. No, I'm not worried about the healer being able to heal us. The issue is that we have 4 melee then, only 1 ranged. And then it's very hard for the melee to keep spreading out to the candles, and you don't cover as many candles. So ideally, you would only have 1 melee other than the tank on in DFC. That's kind of the meta or whatever. This seems to be a resilient key. I'm going to apply to that. And another Rookery key, I'll apply to that too. Rookery would be nice. I like Rookery. Rookery is a pretty consistent dungeon for me. I do kind of well there. As long as I pay attention and don't forget to use defensives on the trash, because some of the trash really, really, really hurts. The Rook Guards, they really punish you if you're not paying attention as a tank. That one group found a tank, so I'm just gonna skedaddle out of there. I cannot put up my usual joke about Ogvoker. It seems they got buffed to be at least decent. Yeah, I don't know. I would play Ogvoker if I had to, but we'll see what I even put into the poll. Do I really have to go? No, I'm not doing that key. I really don't want to do this with this group. Just a bunch of melee. That group seems to have delisted and relisted. I don't know about that. Guys, am I gonna fail this challenge? I hope not. I hope not. Well, let me just really quick turn on that light. That's a bit bright, isn't it? It's okay. Oh, and one more thing. I need to turn on the little lights. They're part of my background setup. There we go. That looks nice, doesn't it? Now I'm a gamer. I've got LEDs in the background. 0 to hero with the auto spell thingy. That would be just irritating. I don't even get to play the game. Another workshop. Let's try workshop again. Hopefully not when you're this close. Yeah, I hope so. I'm gonna give it a good try here, but I do have to like edit the last video tomorrow and try to put it out on time. So it's a little bit, you know. Oh, a Mechagon workshop. I've been invited. Holy shit, into a full group? Let's go. Let's teleport to Mechagon workshop. There we go. Give it to Danny to edit. She can do it. I am not even remotely doubting her ability to edit the video. I am doubting her ability to edit it in time for tomorrow. This guy's at Merildar. Ooh, a Shadow Priest. I haven't seen many of those this season. Yeah, they've been shit. We can wait an extra day for the video. I'd rather not have I want to have it done tomorrow, because tomorrow would be the actual last day of the season. So the clickbait title would hit just right, and also it would be before the next patch comes out, and then people are more interested in the next patch. They don't want to watch a video about last season or whatever. Algorithm gonna shit on you for not doing it? For not doing what? We don't have bloodlust in this group. I hope someone has drums. That's what I typed into the party chat. This is looking hella sketchy. I'm here with the B squad, the rejects. I don't know about this one, Chief. Is this worth my time? Okay, the party lead has drums, so that's something. All right, we have enough time on these on the weapon enchantment and the flask of tempered swiftness.
5, 4,
So we're just gonna
3,
leave it as is.
1.
Oh boy. I'm so anxious. I'm getting tankxiety. And not because I don't think I can perform well. Mostly I just worry that I won't do the challenge in time. That's what I'm worried about. I'm gonna yeet myself down here. And I've learned from before that I need my what's it called? I need my divine toll for the next group for aggro. Okay, we're spreading them out. I'm not sure I like that. We get another kick in. I'm gonna stun this guy if I need to. Okay. And the casters are dead. With that, the serious danger of this pull is ended. Alright. Send a thingy here, one of these here. Yes, maybe, just maybe tank. Try, or not tank, but other paladin. Try not to hit the mobs before I'm actually done grouping them. Like, I didn't even send out any damage into those. And I already had him throwing judgments at them. Alright, I gotta make sure I keep my defensives rolling here because these guys actually really hurt the tank. So I used a very big defensive here just to make sure that I live this. Alright, so far so good. This group seems to know what's going on. The paladin's a little trigger happy, but he's a red paladin. I can't expect him to actually use his brain. And this is coming from a red paladin main, so... Lad being angsty teenager again? Dude, I don't think angsty means what I think he means. I'm just anxious. Lady Sophistry says I can do it. Well, if Lady Sophistry says so, then I must be capable of this. Another liquid player? Really? I don't think so. Oh, you mean like they pull for the tank? This guy didn't pull for me. He just got a little trigger happy and pulled, like hit the mobs before I had established proper aggro on them. But that's okay, because I immediately got aggro afterwards. So it wasn't as big of a... It wasn't as egregious as that hunter. The hunter was like way out of line pulling for me. He pulled things I did not mean to pull at all, because we didn't need them for percent. But to be fair, I then later on proceeded to accidentally pull some more shit, so, you know, whatever. I can just eat this. I'm gonna start heading towards the next hammer, because I have a bad habit of not making it to the next hammer in time, and then I have to drag this guy across the room a little bit late, and it doesn't feel great. I can't say I know what this guy died to, but he sure did. I think he dashed into a mine or something. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, I think we get... Oh, nice. We got to interrupt a ground pound thanks to this bonk. Ah, never mind. It just comes in later. That's all. That's a little irritating. It should reward me for timing the bonk better then. It's whatever. These guys are dead. Group's doing well. We did use drums. Commendations to our party lead who remembered to do so. I really forget using drums. I'm bad about using lust in general, but using drums I'm even worse. We're just about done with this guy. There we go. So we didn't have any big stacks of the nasty stuff come in and ruin our day. Invite him to liquid right now. Alright, I'm way ahead of our group. I'm going to wait a bit for our healer to catch up, just a little bit, because I'm a little worried about how I'm going to handle this part. Alright, blind toll for aggro now, and I got to establish my defensives here and everything, and to make sure that this puncture doesn't kill us. Oh, big AoE stun here. I don't know what this solar beam is supposed to do, but we managed to blind during the corrosive gunk casts, and what that means is these healing absorbs won't overlap with the big AoE that the waste processing unit does. What I do need to do here though is really pay attention to this puncture, because that thing will kill you as the tank. It hurts really bad. As you can see, my health is just absolutely getting wrecked here. I'm about to get punctured by this guy. We're going to use our Eye of Tear to recover from that with the follow-up slam from the light hammer of light. I gotta heal myself. Might need to use a big defensive here. I'm gonna use a big defensive here to make sure that I live this. Now, I've tried many times before to make this next pull thing work by skipping the waste processing unit, and what I've learned from those attempts is that it's better left not done. Alright, we're gonna group these mobs up. Eye of Tear, and we've got wings coming up now. We have wings available for this upcoming puncture. That's what I'm looking for. That's what's gonna kill me if I'm not careful. There's the puncture, there's the corrosive gunks. I wasted my blind. The mega drill's coming out. We're interrupting these. It's working out quite well. The timing is gonna be perfect. The heal absorbs come out right as right as the big AoE stops, which is perfect. It gives the healer time to deal with those heal absorbs before the next damage event. Beautiful. Well played by the group. The druid had a wonderful knockback and pullback. It was really, really, really nice. I'm very worried about my health here for a second, but the healer's keeping me up. Mega drill goes out, but we're safe. Okay, and the bear form frickin' roar takes care of the heal absorbs there. Love to see it. Okay. Pull in this doggy, and then when this doggy makes his way back, we pull him. Now, this is very scary for the group. I'm going to go ahead and stun one of these just to reduce how many of these are coming out at the same time. We don't have Mass Dispel talented. The last dot is about to go out, I think. No, I think it already did, but it went on our paladin that was bubbling, so that worked out. These doggos need to die now. Stuns are going out to try to prevent the dogs from jumping out again. We're going to try and send some heals the way of our group. If need be, I will lay on hands here. Okay, it looks like we're good. It's going to heal a bit like this, just to make sure those dots are taken care of, and then we can move on to the boss. I think we're good here. You don't have to fight any more doggos. We just have to fight the big doggo, the Cujo, if you will. Here comes Venting Flames. I'm not going to risk being caught in the Venting Flames. That would be very, very bad. I really don't need to do that. I also don't need to try to min-max my damage or anything like that to try and make that work. There's no reason to. I'm going to drag Cujo over here so people are forced to stand on the opposite side of this red block. Because, yeah, I don't like it. Everyone's nice and healthy. There's no one for me to heal. I'm being a little bit conservative with my Words of Glory because the mana I need to use for that is pretty intense. I unfortunately cut off or balanced Druid from being able to hit the boss by moving in the direction I did, but I'd rather have them move than us. Alright, looking good. I'm going to use defensive here when I get dispelled so that AoE isn't as potent. I think that's how it works. It might not. I might be completely wrong about that, but either way, it reduces the tick damage I take, and that keeps me healthy, and if I'm healthy, that's good. I'm using a big defensive now, because I'm sitting there with the dispel for quite a while. I'm going to drag him here again so people have to hide on that side. Going to give our priest movement speed so he can make it over in time. And I think Cujo's dead here after this explosive leap, but before he does his nasty stuff again. At least I'm hoping so. Yes, there he goes. Very nice indeed. Now hopefully our Demon Hunter friend jumps the gap with his double jumps and stuff and deactivates these things for us so we don't have to deal with the fire. See, like I just got roasted there a bit. Don't like being roasted. I think the Demon Hunter just deactivated it. That's wonderful. Yes, he did. So we can just run through these relatively safely. You've been hoarding pots and flasks with your alchemy? I see. Well, hopefully the price does go up at the start of next season. I would imagine it does. I don't see why it wouldn't. I thought I tried to do the same for the season 4 of Dragonflight, and then the price never went up, and it felt really, really bad. There we go. Beautiful. One last interrupt for the road. And then we post up over here where there's 2 enemies that are going to spawn either side of us. And we look to throw a judgment at the one over there, so that we guarantee our aggro on that one. There we go. Beautiful. And they're already stacked. Look at that. So far, very happy with this group. They've been doing wonderfully. Finally made a stream. Oh, I've been binge watching your YouTube series. I'm glad you have been. I hope you've been enjoying them and not just punishing yourself. A weird penance. I will force myself to watch these unenjoyable YouTube videos of this man yapping while playing World of Warcraft at a mediocre level and flaming everyone. This is how I will pay for my sins. There's the sword out, short out. Okay, it looks like our priest is gonna make it. Doing all right. He has one of those active. Your rids are great. What Rio do I have now? It's 2970, so we need 30 more Rio to try and make it. Just need a couple of 13s, really, especially if they're good 13s, and get us a good, like, a 2-star 13 would go crazy. But we might have to get a third 13 if we just have 4 stuffy stuff. If we have poor runs, like barely 1-starring them and stuff like that. You wish you still played? I hear that a lot. There's a lot of people that don't play the game anymore but enjoy watching some people play it. Season 2 would have been a great time to rejoin. Season 2 was a lot of fun for me. Even though I like whine about pugs and stuff, but it has been a good time. Like the class balancing is really nice. The what are they called? The dungeon pool has been great. The dungeon tuning has been wonderful. Like, the Blizzard really outdid themselves on this one. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna wait here. Yeah, buddy, you gotta hide. Ooh, this guy almost like scooched over just to grab me. What a dick. I think that's everyone. I'm focusing the Tinkerer because he does this really nasty cast that can hurt people quite a bit. I'm going to keep interrupting him as much as possible. Trying to move them now. The Druid does a silence for us so we can just keep the mobs moving, which is wonderful. We're getting big interrupts here. Beautiful. We blasted these things to smithereens, but the issue is now we have a boss and everyone just used their cooldowns, so kind of don't like that big bunch of mobs over there. A plant nearby means we stun it. I mean, we stun it either way, but we definitely have to stun. That's the focus right now. We're looking for the flame cannons. The flame cannons are here. We're going to move towards here in case it moves towards us, but it does not. It moves away from us. So we're just going to focus on following it. Here's somewhere safe. I'm going to put down my consecration and get the blasting. Hopefully, yeah, we decided to use Bloodlust on this, or rather drums on this, which is good, I think. Because the longer this fight drags on, the more difficult it gets, because you get more of these spinny bits, and you also get these areas to activate and drop flame circles. So it just becomes very, very difficult to dodge all the nasty shit that's in the fight. So the sooner the fight's over, the better. Now, we didn't get a great Bloodlust burn because everyone used their like cooldowns on the previous pull, because we had like a little bit of a snooze in the pulls, so to speak. The snooze was from... We're going to heal this person immediately. The snooze was from us having to get through the maze, so naturally people just have their cooldowns up and are ready to use them there. I really can't get hit by the discombobulator because not only will it do a lot of damage, it will also do a disorient, and when you get disoriented, you drop aggro. If you drop aggro, well, people start dropping like flies around you. So we have another blue circle. After the blue circle, a plant will activate. I'm going to look for that plant. I am getting sliced up. There's the plant. I'm running over. I'm stunning it. That should keep someone safe that was getting blasted by it. We're good. Hidden flame cannon coming up. Going to lay on hands immediately to make sure that person lives. Because if they get hit by something afterwards when they're low, they're going to go down. And we can stop here. It's relatively safe here. No circles, no beam is going to stop over here, so we're good. I'm hoping he dies very, very soon, because this is the part of the fight where it gets very, 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 very difficult. So you're losing uptime, you're prolonging the fight. All sorts of nasty things are happening right now because he's still alive. I think we stay on boss. We ignore the plant. Just stay on boss. There we go. Easy peasy. Group made the right call. Before I even pinged, I could see that people were like committing to targeting that one. Alright. We're going to sack the priest. And people know that they need to focus this one, which is wonderful. I'm going to put my extra heals into this person. I'm going to use the defensive. Our druid recognizes that there is a zone for them to stand in over here that the priest provided them with, the little dome, and moves over into it, which is wonderful. You don't see people move over to it. It's a DPS loss, right? You're not casting, you're moving. The druid took it as a chance to refresh that moonfire or whatever and just get over there and be safe. Wonderful. We killed the first tank, the one that's up here. That is very good because you see this thing, it starts dropping down sooner when you do that. So you can get there a little bit quicker if you kill that tank that's up here, closer to the transport thing, first. Because then by the time you finish the second guy, you can hop into these immediately. Now we have Soothe, which will let us skip this last group if we're careful enough. I'm hoping that we manage to, because that would be a wonderful time save for us. And we could potentially look for a very good run. Even if we don't manage to skip those, we should be fine. I'm going to move to this side so people don't have to risk anything over there. We're going to interrupt the Tinkerer. I'm trying to stay close enough so people can stand in these safety zones. This is wonderful. Trying to keep kicking this Tinkerer guy. Nice. Our Demon Hunter is joining us on this quest of kicking the Tinkerer. Wonderful. And we can again keep everyone close to these generators, the shield generators, so everyone can stay extra safe during the AoEs. The shield generators actually trivialize the AoE damage from the DBM3s, which is wonderful to see. Alright, we lost the shield generators just now, so the healer needs to roll up those sleeves and get to work. I think we kill both of these before they cast their next big AoE, which is wonderful. There we go. Soothe skip. I'm going to type out soothe skip. We're just going to run around this side. Mind soothe, please. There we go. There's the mind soothe. I'm going to go first. We got to really run into the side of the railing here. If you step any closer than the railing, you are going to immediately regret it because these mobs will get pulled. Wonderful skip. Oh my god, I'm so happy about that skip being successful. This is great. Now people are getting a bit close to like too far away from the fender. The defender will drop the shield. We're going to put some off heals at the group here. Make sure that they can live that. I'm going to sack our druid here because he was out of the shield generator. Hopefully we get another shield generator out of this. People are not focusing the defender for once. So he may be able to live to give us another shield, which would be wonderful. I'm going to immediately move these guys out so that we can continue DPSing them. And this is great. Genuinely, this is wonderful. Everyone's standing in the shield. This group's amazing. This is kind of exactly what I needed. Just a little group that does really, really well. I'm very happy about that. Because it lifts my spirit when I run through a dungeon with people that actually know what's going on. It's just such a different experience from when you see people that don't care or don't know the mechanics. Alright, we're not going to get a 2-star here. That is out of the question, but we're going to get a pretty decent 1-star run that's going to give us a little bit of rating here, and I'm happy with that. We can't underestimate the boss here, the first phase boss. He is still pretty formidable for the tank because he does these pulse blasts or whatever, phase blasts, and they actually hurt the tank a fair bit. I'm going to stand in this because that doesn't hurt me at all. We'll see where he goes now. People are stepping a little bit further away, which is good. Our friend, the Paladin, just got absolutely wrecked. We're going to go ahead and give him a quick CR. I'm going to move to the side, make sure he doesn't get hit by this beam and immediately die. And we seem to be okay. Now, Paladin friend will have to be a little bit more careful than that. But let's make it a little bit easier for everyone. I'm going to try and move the mini-boss away. See, these are the pulse blasts I was talking about. They're pretty formidable. People are choosing to stand in weird places that don't make sense to me, but hopefully it doesn't cost them in the end. Okay, it's moving again towards our druid friend. Our druid friend is ranged, so he's far away. You don't have to worry too much about it. This is perfect. This is exactly what we needed. Look at those pulse blasts just ripping me a new one. I think I'm actually perfectly safe standing right here. Yeah, that's perfect. Just a cutting beam. We're just about done with the boss. We can move on to phase 2. 7 minutes for phase 2. Honestly, I dare say that if we wipe, we can still attempt this again and do the boss fight in time. Somebody pinged that they're going over there. I'm gonna go over here and stand in this corner like so until I see the balls move. Then I'm gonna step closer to here, and then I'm gonna move back closer to the orb. Because then if an orb chooses to go here, I have just about the same amount of space left. See, like that. Just about the same amount of space left, and this orb barely moved since that was the one that decided to go on me, and that's wonderful. It's not this one this time. The boss's hitbox is ginormous, by the way, as you can see. I can't step away from him. He'll start meleeing other people, but I can step away really, really far still because the hitbox is just so ginormous. Sending some off heals here as best I can. I'm not going to move left or right. I'm just going to move back and forth because I had a beam on me. And I want people to be able to move out of the beam if they need to. I don't want to move it with them if they're trying to move. Super happy with this run. 20 seconds until Bloodlust. If my friend here wants to use another another bongo, I'd be pretty happy with that. 12 seconds now. We'll see if they decide to. I'm not going to type anything in chat. I don't want to cost them. Oh, I just barely missed lay on hands on our priest friend. That is so unfortunate. Okay, we're out of guys, focus up. We're going to sack our priest, or we're going to use the defensive ourselves. Looks like everyone's fine here. Okay, we don't have a res for our druid friend anymore, so we got to be a little bit more careful now. Any deaths right now are permanent, so we got to act accordingly. Keep sending out. Okay, our friend bubbled. There's no one behind us, so I'm not too worried about this thing being on me. Okay, I almost backed up into an orb, which could have been fatal for me because I was relatively low. All right, 80 million left on the boss. We're working through this. Priest has a gigantic heal on them. Boss is almost dead. I just got some damage here just now. I got my wings and my Eye of Tyr coming in about the same time. We interrupt the Magneto arm. The Magneto arm won't wreck us. Never mind, it will. Never mind, it will. Okay. It was still pulsing damage. That's so stupid. But with that, we are done. With 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining. And let me just really quick pick up my resilient keys here. That was wonderful. And release you spawn right here. I'm just gonna type that out so they know it for the future. Yeah, see, you spawn right here, so it's nice like that. I was rezzing him in case he didn't release, but just in case. Thank you for the key. And I'm gonna skedaddle out. I feel like I did a good job in here. 4 deaths, none of which were me. Everyone died once, except for the tank, which is exactly how it should go. Didn't the big boss AoE do AoE when the tank is not close enough? Yes, he does the AoE if there's no one in melee range. So if you as the tank walk out of melee range, he's just going to turn around and punch the next melee in the face. So that's what happens. If everyone's really far away though, then he will do the big AoE. That's how any turret boss works. The same thing happens in DFC on the Blazicon, on the Candle boss, the second boss. He will just start exploding and doing a bunch of AoE damage if there's no one in melee range. And if only the tank leaves melee range, but there's some other melee there, then that other melee gets punched in the fucking dome. All right, well, we got our resilient keys now. I could have done this a while ago, but I just didn't. Rafi redeemed stand for 20 minutes 9 minutes ago. Sorry, I didn't see that in the middle of the dungeon, and I wouldn't have even done it in the middle of the dungeon, but we'll stand up now. Hopefully my cables are okay. Yes, they are. Whoa, buddy. It just moved the monitor. God damn. All right, there we go. We standing. We all right. I'm still standing. Funny you were considering if this group was worth your time and not, and they played better than most. Yeah, the team comp was looking questionable, but yeah, you look so tall. Oh, I guess because of the angle of the camera and this thing behind me being like whatchamacallit. It looks like it's, you know, I'm above a wardrobe or whatever, but it's very small actually. It's not that tall. Never questioned a team comp. I've seen some unconventional ones do better than meta. I am tall. I'm 187 centimeters. It's not about it not being a meta team comp. It's the fact that we didn't have a Lust Bara. That's why. Always question everything. What's that in freedom units? 6 feet, I think. 5'11", 6 feet. I don't know, something like that. It depends. When I look it up, it doesn't really say it. I just realized I've worked with your literal one-to-one doppelganger. Really? You made clone me? I thought nobody would realize, but yes, there is a clone. Ironically, he likes League of Legends and sucks at WoW. I just suck at WoW. Okay, guys, so we only got 12 rating for that, which is not ideal. I would love to do a 13 Theater of Pain. I feel like the Theater of Pain would actually give me enough rating for this to be a thing. 13, especially if I do a really, really good one. That's a Mechagon of the Theater of Pain. There's no Rookery or Theater of Pain keys available. I mean, that's kind of crazy. What about Dark Flame Cleft? Nothing. There's none of these keys are available. That's crazy. Whiskey Amazing Dancer says close to 6 foot 2 inches. Oh, okay. So I was wrong about freedom units. My apologies. What's my current item level? 669. Nice. I did the wink finger gun at you. Your panties must be wet. What do you mean you're a guy? We're gonna upgrade this. Maybe that gives it. Hey, 670 now. There you go. You're 664. Hell yeah. Pretty good. I have to admit, being lower item level than I'm used to on like these 3K runs has been pretty rough. Stuck with 2 times 645 tier pieces, so could get higher but lazy. Oh shit. You're playing disc Live This TV or Live Thas? Yeah, Thais TV? I forget how your name goes, how you pronounce it, but I remember it being Thas or something. Thijs. Oh, there's a Rookery. Let's see if we get invited. Please invite me, please. 670 is good enough, right? By the way, I was the leader of that workshop. I honestly did not even check for a bloodlust. Oh shit, okay. Wait, did you invite me because you recognized me, or did you recognize me after you invited me, Bara? Let's keep the chat in English, guys. No, you were the only tank that signed up and I didn't even look at the name? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, it looks like this Rookery guy found a different tank that doesn't suck. I hope you brick your key. Fuck you. Imagine. I had like 5 healers and 30 DPS, 1 tank. Damn. So you took me out of desperation? I appreciate it, man. I hope I did okay. I hope I did a good enough job. I feel like there weren't really any issues as far as tanking is concerned. This is gonna take a while. I really don't want to do any other keys than the ones that I have selected right now, but I don't think there's many keys available anyway. Lay on hands could have been faster. That is true. I feel bad about that. I was looking at it and I really wanted to use it on the priest. I think it was the priest that had like a sliver of health left. But I think they got hit by they got a tick of the dot or something. I don't know. But it made me sad because that could have been a sick lay on hands. Any thoughts on Prot Warrior Season 3? Thinking to start tanking again. I think Prot Warrior is going to be fine. From what I've seen, they do relatively well. I don't think you have to worry about it too much unless you're planning on playing Brewmaster. Brewmaster just kind of sucks. Even though they're getting some attention, I still think they suck because the main problem Brewmaster has is aggro generation. We got into the Rookery. Thank you for the invite. Always happy on the value lay on hands? Yeah. BRM is looking hella fine. You mean Brewmaster? Is that supposed to be Brewmaster? I'd imagine just typing brew is more clear, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I hear good things about the changes, but they didn't change anything about how you generate threat and group mobs as Brewmaster, and that's the problem that it has. Also, Brew can hold threat against any DPS. Yeah, of course, anything can hold DPS, hold threat against people. But grouping mobs is a pain in the ass. You can't tell me that somebody can pop 100 million DPS and you can hold aggro on while you're still grouping mobs. Ain't Motherload super easy? Yeah, but it's a pain in the ass to tank. I don't like doing the last section as a paladin. It feels very bad. You use your 2 horses and 1 Blessing of Freedom, and then you run out of movement speed, and it gets stressful. Yeah, the grouping is the only issue I have with Brewmaster, honestly. Everything else, I actually kind of liked Brewmaster outside of the grouping, but the grouping is such a pain in the ass that I refuse to play it again until they fix it. Looks like we have a run, ladies and gentlemen. How's life in the land of Finns? It is good, my friend. It is good. It is sweaty and humid. Other than that, it is good. How have you been? I haven't seen you around in a while. We gotta reapply our buffs here.
Five, four, three, two,
Ah, shit.
1.
I hope that isn't too annoying, but I just switched to from my headphones to I can't fix that right now. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Oh no, our friend went down. Trying to prevent as many of these Thunderer casts as possible. Oh. Oh, dude, this shaman is fuming. Fuming. I can tell you that right now. He just died twice in like record time. If he dies again to this frontal, dude, I don't know what to say anymore. That was hilarious. What the hell? He died to the first frontal, then came back, died to the second frontal. Just pure comedy, honestly. Poor guy, Sag. Yeah. My tank issue is learning dungeons and what not to pull. If only there was someone who shows you exactly what to pull and what not to pull and talks about it in live commentary. If only there was such a thing. But then again, people listen to my videos as background noise, not to actually be informed about the dungeons. That is a rare change. Okay. We're gonna pull these guys, and that is not by accident or anything. I just really didn't want to pull them before we were ready to... before they got away from these guys, because I'm scared of the... thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. Of these guys being pulled with them by the divine, by the Avenger's shield, because it will bounce short distances onto mob that you're not in combat with or anything like that. So I gotta be very careful with it. Alright, that guy didn't cast a single time. We had enough procs from our Avenger's shield and everything. We just kind of bonked him. We have relatively low prio damage, it seems like. Either that or people did not actually spam damage into the Void Rider, which is what you're supposed to do. But it's alright. We're going to Purge here. We're going to Divine Toll. We're going to heal ourselves. We're going to put down Consecration. And start interrupting these guys as best we can. I'm going to stun one of these because one way to interrupt them. Alright, we're getting good interrupts in now. At the start it was a little bit sketchy and people dipped low because of it, but we got this now. We're going to have to wait again for the patrol to group up. We're going to silence that guy so he has to run all the way over to us. Kick him. And now we keep him silenced. We're going to Divine Toll here. Divine Toll. There it goes. And we're going to, again, interrupt him with this. I'm going to use a big defensive here. This is a big pull, and there's a lot going on. So I want to make sure I'm nice and safe. Keep those interrupts rolling. We can get the next one with another one of these. There we go. The Void Rider is really not being focused down. They're focusing down the Stormrook. I can see that the Paladin's using his single target offensive cooldown, the execution sentence. And they really should be using it on the Void Rider because the Void Rider is the highest HP mob, and I do not move on from this pull until the Void Rider is dead. Because dragging him into the next pull I want to be all of these mobs that are remaining. And if you drag a Void Rider into the mobs, into these Thunderers, you're going to regret it at this key level. Because those Thunderers are inevitably going to get some casts off, and if the Void Rider is doing his AoE at the exact same time, let's put it this way, you're fucked. And that's basically it. Gotta stun this guy. Focusing on interrupts instead of focusing on aggro. Bro, come on, give me a break. Stop hitting the fucking mob for like split second while you have aggro at least. That was nerve-wracking. I was focusing on interrupts instead of aggro, and that happened. But at least these guys are dying quickly now because people pop cooldowns. And that's good because they're very, very dangerous. Also, I apologize if the game audio is weird or if my microphone sounds off. That is because I currently switched to my speakers by accident. Our healer is eating, / drinking, / whatever, and getting their mana back. So they're good to go for this boss. Very nice. Feel like I'm doing quite a good job here. Million DPS single target doesn't feel bad at all. Ooh, I almost ran into the pits. Oh, that would be such a stupid way to die. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm glad that didn't happen. I can use Divine Toll here, and I should have it up for the next pull downstairs. These fights last so long. Even with decent single target DPS, it really lasts a long time. Red Paladins are sneaking into every cage. It's the most popular spec in the game. I would imagine you see them often, no matter what. Alright. We're gonna take the elevator down. Ding! There we go. Gonna wait for these guys to move down as much as possible. We also have to wait for our hunter who is taking the slow way down, which is just falling. Oh, never mind, I did use something to get over a little bit quicker. We're gonna spam these to build up holy power before we get over there, and then we're going to use this And this. And that'll keep everything silenced. We're going to use a lot of cooldowns here. Matoloco just followed. Also, Mentor recently followed. That's nice. Thank you, Mentor, for finally following. And also, Vatoloco, or however you say that, sorry. I'm assuming that's Loco. That's such an American way to say it, I'm sorry. Loco. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, thank you for following. However it is you say that. Thank you. I apologize for my ignorance. Alright, the diffuser's almost dead. We really want to kill him here as soon as possible so Squibs here doesn't get hit like a truck. Okay. That works out though. We're gonna shield these, judgment that, and then run up here and do our thing. There we go. Just need that one guy. We unfortunately lost someone. They didn't have defensives ready. They had bubble ready, but they didn't have defensives. They didn't think it would kill them, but that circle does a lot of damage, especially if you put it on top of others, which I don't think they did. But just a little bit of extra info for you, I guess. They're stepping away. This is good. I'm going to be hard to heal here because I have 20 stacks of this healing cut from the crushers hitting me over and over again. Now, looking at the way we're healing and stuff, I kind of don't want to use do the double pull. Even though we have Bloodlust, I kind of don't want to do the double pull coming up next. Because the fusers are going to last forever. It feels like our AoE is great, but the single target's kind of lacking. Or the prio damage is kind of lacking. It's very hard to heal me through these heal cuts. I really don't want to use... I really don't want to do a double pull here. I'm very scared of that. Because these oracles, if they don't get interrupted during the big cast that the guys do, the big damage events, and somebody gets double tapped between a void bolt and something else hitting them at the same time, it gets to be quite a bit overwhelming for the healer. Now you just say Vato like Komi? Okay, okay. Alright, well, here come these guys. I kind of hope we Bloodlust. I don't know if we will. The Hunter's smart, he'll Bloodlust. Or Shaman. But we'll see how that ends up working out. We're going to Bloodlust, or like sack someone over there. Trying to send off heals when I can. Because this is really hard. This is like the hardest part of the dungeon, in my opinion, is the double diffuser pull. If you can make it live through this, you can kiss your healer and say thank you. In the dungeon, because this is rough on the heals. I don't have lay on hands. I tried to use lay on hands. I'm 4 seconds away from having it. Dude, 2 fucked up clutches with the lay on hands. I feel bad about that. Should have focused on using more holy power to get that CDR down. I think I get CDR on that with holy power spending. Okay, just one diffuser left. I think he dies before he finishes that cast. Yes, he does. Alright, not bad. 4 deaths so far. 2 on the Shaman, funnily enough, at the beginning, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Alright, we get the Bloodlust here. Lust. I'm just gonna say there we go, there's Lust. I'm gonna try and give heals to this person. It'd be very good if people didn't run into the person that just had it, but it's whatever. I kind of stepped into the dookie over there. I think we've been standing long enough. I'm going to attempt to sit down in the middle of this boss fight. Probably not a good idea. But we'll make it work. There we go. I got the Erupted Blood. I'm going to give it to this person. And then they, if they want, can just give it back to me.
And that's going to be spicy.
And that's going to be spicy, all right. Yep, I'm using the big defensive here to make sure I live that. Woohoo, Trixia. That's 4 months with Prime Sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Especially such a long-term one. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Gonna give it to the Paladin now. He's gonna be the closest one next to me. And then either the Shaman could take it again. I'll let the Shaman take it again. I don't have a gigantic cooldown to use. And it's not gonna jump anymore. It's all used up, so we should be okay. Send out some off heals here because I can. Dark Gravity's gonna go out. We're gonna give movement speed to our friend here.
And that's going to be spicy.
Ooh. Mega Muffin Tops comes in with a sub. I'm going to have to bubble here. I'm going to lay on hands this person. I'm not risking another death. I need to get out of there. There's not enough space. I'm just going to skedaddle. Move over here. Crush Reality comes out to immediately deny us more space in the new area, but it's whatever. Hey, mate, are you going to make it? I think so, yeah. Maybe. I'm trying my best to. I think I need this run and one more, and then I'll be good. Ooh. No, 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 not here. Not here at the end, bro. Not here at the end of the fight. Please just kill the guy already. Jesus Christ. These boss fights are taking a hot minute. The last one's going to be interesting. That one takes even longer. I'm going to try and help with off heals here to make these heal absorbs go away, because the heal absorb comes with a bonus dot for you to deal with. Super fun for the healers. We're not doing the parasol skip or anything like that. We are just going in natty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of these civilians first, and then I'm going to kill them, obviously. And then we're going to go into the next pull, because otherwise we buff up the guy, the Void Stone, a whole lot. And I don't want to do that, because that makes it a lot harder to survive the damage phase of his encounter, crash encounter, whatever you want to call it. So this Void Extraction would have gotten a lot more value for him, would have gotten him a lot more stacks of these consumed Void buffs if we had pulled those civilians into him. So I like to pull them off to the side. It's like a 10-15 second detour depending on how quickly a group can kill them. And then you're chilling, like you're just big time chilling, because this makes it a lot easier. He has 12 stacks. He's going to have 17 by the end of it, because he's going to get 5 stacks, one for each of the players next to him. And then we're chilling. He's going to go hit 40% now. At 40%, what he does is he starts doing this, and this is when the healer has to deal with how many stacks you gave this guy. So you want to give him as few stacks as possible. This will come in handy for the remaining 1 day you have left to actually play the season. But hey. Right, I don't mind these guys being pulled right now because they're not going to buff up the Void Stone. The Void Stone's dead here. We're just going to have to make sure that we grab them and pull them into the next pull. Like so. I'm not going to risk it here. Usually what I do is I pull double Ascendant. One time what happened was I accidentally synced up the Ascendant's abilities. And that just really didn't work out for us. Like, it just wiped us basically almost. So I don't want to risk that again. It's time inefficient. It's obviously more efficient to pull more into the same pull. Sorry. My throat is getting a bit dry. It's obviously more efficient to pull both at the same time, but I don't want to risk wiping. What's really inefficient is wiping, so don't want to have to deal with that. There we go. I'm going to move on to the next group. I really don't have to do anything for those. Like, the crushers don't matter. They will eventually die. They really don't do anything other than debuff me and then occasionally pounce on someone for a mediocre amount of damage. It doesn't matter. Now this part, this is what matters. I'm going to off-heal people as best as we can. My little heal doesn't really like mean much in the grand scheme of things in that moment, but if I keep doing it throughout the entire dungeon, it really does add up. And eventually I end up doing quite a bit of healing to my friends throughout the dungeon. Especially here with these guys, put the heal absorb on you. It can be really nasty. And that little bit of healing might be the difference between someone continuing to take the ticking damage or not. So it's very useful to just use that. I'm going to do Divine Toll here, make sure I have aggro. And then we big chillin'. Not much to be done about reducing the number of stacks this guy gets. If you pull this group, you're just going to end up with around about... He's going to get another 15 stacks here, so 26 stacks. I'm kind of dipping low. This is not good. I procced my cheat death like an idiot. He's going to get 5 per crusher. No, he's not. The crushers don't give 5 each. What am I talking about? Apparently they don't. I thought they did, but they don't. Well, you learn something new every day, and I just learned that I was wrong about the season pretty much the entire time. Estupido. But whatever. He's still gaming. Ideally, as melee here, you stack up with the tank. And what happens then is all the circles just drop at the same spot and you can just move together and not worry about the circles at all. I'm going to finish off these crushers now just so that there's fewer targets for the next group to get stacks off of. There we go. That's them done. Alright. I'm going to ping that I'm going over here. Oh, bro. Come on. Pay attention. Now, the reason I'm going over here is so that we can fight further away from El Jefe, and we can reduce the risk of somebody getting knocked off the side of the thing. And I feel like here we have enough room and should be fine. I'm going to try and move Big Boy over here closer to the edge, and that should be fine now. Make sure we keep interrupting this thing. No reason for those void bolts to go out. There's enough people in the group to keep these guys silenced or kicked throughout the entire fight. Another void extraction goes out. He gets 23 stacks. He should be dipping down low now. What's good is that people are focusing the Ascendant over the Void Stone, because that way you don't have the Ascendant casting really nasty spells like the Heal Absorb one while this AoE is going off. That's very important. That way you don't get overwhelmed by the damage coming into the group as well as the Heal Absorb debuff and everything, which is in turn more damage basically. So very important, when you pull that group, you focus the Ascendant. Alright, boss is probably going to get pulled immediately by these consecrations, so I'm just going to get ready. Oh, he's not. Healer's drinking, people are repositioning, and we're ready to go. I'm going to immediately pop a defensive, drop my consecration. Because these auto attacks really hurt. I'm going to see if I can avoid this wave. There we go. I've avoided the wave. I waved by as it went past. Use a big defensive here because I can't avoid getting hit by this. Just pinged for the shaman. I was worried that he wasn't going to do his thing. I freaked out a little bit. Probably didn't need to. It was probably fine. We do have Bloodlust for this fight. We should be able to do a good chunk of damage here. There we go. There's the first damage amp. We get the Bloodlust from the Hunter. Have a bit of damage left. I have Wings rolling a little bit longer here. Managed to get a Hammer of Light in. I will also seemingly get another one in, maybe, from this. Yes, I will. Beautiful. Good damage being done here by yours truly as well. I'm contributing a little bit to that. 62% on the first burn with Lust. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a better burn next. Not a better burn, but a good burn again next time. Because what people tend to do is send their cooldowns on full instead of waiting for the first shield break. So the Lust doesn't add as much as it could. But we'll see how it goes. We definitely have enough time. 3 minutes 27 for 62% seems doable. I did just get bonked. I procced my cheat death just now because I wasn't paying attention. I should have moved with the horsey. I had a horsey available. But oh well. I also should have maybe looked for a defensive there, but it's whatever. We have Wings rolling. I would love to get a tier set proc, but there's no way for me to take damage other than running up to those pools, and I don't really want to do that right now. We're just going to have to deal with the fact that we don't have a way to get the tier set proc. 43%. It's going to dip to about 40%, I'd say, by the end of it. There we go. 40%. 40%. I would say it's 2 more shield breaks. Looking at how our damage has been coming in for these, for the shields, I feel like it's going to be 2 more. Give a quick heal to our friend here. Please get that. Don't fuck around. See, the shaman fucked around. Now we're all going to find out. Have to lay on hands. Have to bubble. I have nothing left. Okay, we managed to live that. We managed to take care of all the things as well. And we get a shield break now, and hopefully people have damage for the shield break, but that was extra annoying. I actually used my thing before, like my Hammer of Light, before the shield break came through, the debuff. That was a bit of a waste. I do get a different Hammer of Light to use. I think we still need another, unless people just pop off right now, but I think we need another shield break. We can send cooldowns as we get them now to deal damage, because as soon as the shield breaks, we just kill the boss. 1 minute 19 left. Looking a little tight on the timer, but I think it's doable. The shaman fucked around a bit too much and ended up finding out, but I think we're okay. I can get hit by that and live. Got the cheat death, got everything. Come on, just take the fucking damage from the pool, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's scared now. He doesn't want to fuck around and find out again. We're looking for a shield break here. Oblivion Wave's coming through. I'm going to use my big defensive before it hits me because I don't want to risk dying here right at the end when we were so close to finishing this dungeon. He's about to get debuffed. We're about to break his fucking face. And we're going to secure ourselves a 13 Rookery, which will give us 8 rating. We're 10 rating away. Whatever dungeon I do next is 3k rating. As long as I time the 13, that is. We got a Hoop of the Blighted. I'm going to ask if anyone wants that. Maybe the Red Paladin. I think that's Abyss rank for Red Paladin. What is the shaman doing? He was fucking around a bit too much. He died twice at the beginning to the orbs, as you can see. 14 seconds and 47 seconds into the thing. He just exploded. Thank you for the key. Because he just got hit by the 3 orbs that the first guy, big guy, sends out. The shaman wasn't that unlucky at the start. Also took lots of time. Yeah. Rating what is? 2,990, Danny. 2990. 10 rating away. Just need to do one more. One more key. Due to the spread and running around, you don't like that boss, Mentor? Yeah. I don't think any healer likes that boss. It's a pain in the ass, especially if people are not good at like moving closer to you when they can. It's a real pain in the booty hole. Don't like it. All right, we have how many crests? 32. We can actually upgrade our helmet all the way. Nice. Every little bit helps. Every little bit of stamina helps. 13 million HP. Hopefully some depletes incoming. What do you mean, 13 wings? That's so mean. I hope not. I really want to just get this over with. Issue is atonement spreading is pain due to my normal AoEs to press isn't far enough. That's fair. Luckily, the only people taking damage really are the ones that are they get the dot. So you dispel one and then you just focus on the other one. So you don't really need atonement on everyone all the time. Two IO missing, Salfrio? That's... Oh, come on. You could get 2 IO. You could get 2 IO. Just let them die, says Wings. You're a meanie, Mr. Grinch. All right, hold on. Let me figure out if I can fix my issue that I have with... Oh, okay. So my cable got unplugged. One moment while I switch back to my headphones. There we go. Young Ched5 says, "Hey lad, this was my first season playing WoW and I stumbled across your channel. Your videos, commentary on your thought process, and how little extra UI stuff you have going on is extremely helpful. I started tanking because of you and ended up a little over 2100, so thanks, man." Dude, that's so awesome. I'm glad that my yapping and stuff has been a little bit informative for you. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed tanking from what I can see. And keep it up, man. 2100 is great for the first season you ever played. That's freaking amazing. You got yourself the mount. Mount number go up is good. We can all agree on that. When mount number, this one, when that goes up, dopamine. Good dopamine. In my opinion, tanks should stay alive even without healer. Most tanks, yes. Some tanks do need a little bit of loving because they have lower sustain, like Brewmaster, and ironically, Paladin does need a good chunk of healing, even though you have the Words of Glory, because the Words of Glory just don't do enough. And Warrior as well, if they dip very low before they set up their defensives, they have no real good way of getting their HP back up, because they just don't have the sustain. And you know, Blood DKs, they need so much healing. The last one was a joke. Please don't take me seriously. Big thingy things and stuffy stuff happening next season. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like to hear it. Okay. We need one more run. I wanted to be Theater of Pain. I really wanted to be Theater of Pain. Theater of Pain will give us a big chunk of rating. I feel like Theater of Pain would be a good run to go for. My name looking a bit lonely at the top with the gifted subs. I'd like some friends. That's right. Peer pressure them, Lenny. Peer pressure them into supporting me. It's a good way to do it. I am sweaty right now. Ooh. Get subs now, or am I coming over to your house and opening all the cabinets? Oh my god. That would drive me insane. What would make me even angrier? Imagine you're like a malevolent spirit and you're trying to drive someone insane. The way you would do that to me is you just leave one of the drawers or something in the kitchen, just open a little bit. You don't have to open it all the way. That would be weird.
And that's going to be
If you open it just a little bit, it would be super annoying. And that is going to be spicy. Thank you, Marxus, Piss Lord the Third, for gifting 5 subs. If you guys just got a sub from Marcus, make sure you thank them. Thank you, Marcus, for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Don't feel peer pressured. Why is this character on a new account? Deimos, it's because I wanted to start an NA account so I can play with some NA peeps from time to time, because I usually only play on EU because I'm EU based. So I wanted to make a new account because I can't do it any other way to play on NA since the regions require different accounts. I hope that answers your question. Lord Pissington Smith the Third. Yes. Thank you, Marky. Just a little waffle. All right, enough fucking around. I need to actually look for keys because they're hard to get into. 13th to 13. No more rookery. There's just dark flame clefts. I would like a theater of pain though. It'd be nice. It'd be real nice. Young Ched 5 just followed. Thank you, Young Ched. So this will be our NA main, or just having fun on hitting 3K on NA too? A bit of both. This will be probably my main character on NA. I might switch to Red at some point with this character. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be playing on NA from time to time. I'll be making new characters and maybe doing some series on NA and stuff like that. But probably not for a while, because next season, while I'm learning, I don't want to have to deal with the affix of the added lang. The ping is pretty noticeable when I use like off the global cooldown abilities. Like when I use Shield of the Righteous, which is off the global cooldown, I can really feel the desync between, you know, when I press it and when it actually happens. Vlad in the corner at a party. They don't know I hit 3K on EU and NA. What's my main on EU? A Red Paladin. You could argue for a little while that it was a marksmanship hunter, and then a little while it was also like a fury warrior / arms warrior, but in the end I settled back to Red Paladin, which is my preferred spec in the game. A Theater of Pain run. Friends, please tell me I'm going to get invited here. Also, a little thing that I'll do here is I'm going to turn off the webcam and stuff and the overlay for the stream while I do the Theater of Pain, and I'm just going to commentate through it like I'm doing a video, because that way I have footage for the upcoming video. So the best ping WoW story I heard was from Australia, was with the unclean dance. They stand in the puddle so they know the lag won't kill them. Didn't really process that, but... Wing says one trick pony. Dude, you're kind of a dig. How can you call me a one trick pony when I've gotten multiple characters to 3K? I really don't get it. Is it hard to balance having a main and also doing all the challenges for the videos? I don't really play my main enough, so it's not, I'm failing the whole balancing thing. But when I do play the main, it does feel kind of nice because I get to play with the pre-made and whatnot. You never did Hagon, the Unclean, and Nax? Not when it was current content, no. But from my understanding, you're saying is they lagged so hard that they couldn't die to the fight, so they just stood wherever. Is that what you're saying? Didn't the donation from Huntington Beach cover your chicken nugget goal today? Oh, that is actually a really... You're right, actually. I didn't actually do add that. So the issue is it's on YouTube versus on Twitch. So it didn't include that. I'll fix that immediately so that people don't donate more. My apologies for not doing that sooner. I wasn't thinking about it, to be honest with you. Let me fix that for you real quick. It's dollars, not euros, but I'm just going to treat it as euros. I'm fine either way. Typical progress, save changes. There we go. That should show up now, I think. Just double check my software. I'm just going to refresh it and that'll show up. There it is. My sincerest apologies for not doing that sooner. I've never seen you play Ret. Well, my second series ever on the channel was a Red Paladin. It was Tabisa, and ironically, that's still the Paladin I play to this day. I hope to see a Hunter someday. Who knows? I have to do range DPS next. Maybe it'll be a Hunter. I might not even put up a poll for which spec I should play. If I'm gonna level it tomorrow, am I gonna level it tomorrow? I can't level it tomorrow. I need to edit the video tomorrow. I'm gonna have to level it on Tuesday or something. You're too smart to play a Hunter? You say that after I say I play Red Paladin, which is even easier than Hunter. Actually, is it easier? It's in melee, so it has more shit to deal with, but I don't know. No problem. I just wanted to make sure your chicken nuggets are covered today. I love the content. I'm glad you love the content, and thank you so much for covering the chicken nuggets. I think tomorrow Danny and I will enjoy some chicken nuggets. Tonight, though, I don't think we will. It's too late. It's 11:32 p.m. for me, and I'm just sitting here trying to get one more goddamn 13 clear. There's 2 melee DPS in this group already for Dark Flame Cleft, so I kind of don't want to do the Dark Flame Cleft. So the thing is, I have to do one of the 1-star ones, and I'm looking at doing 2 of them. So TOP and DFC, those 2 I would do because they're easy enough. This is a 13 resilient, but they have 2 melee, so I'm hesitant to participate in that. Although maybe second boss wouldn't be so much of a problem. I don't know. I really do want to do a Theater of Pain, though. I don't want to do a Dark Flame Cleft. Let me check what videos, or what the videos on YouTube actually had as far as dungeons are concerned. I can usually tell by just looking at the thumbnail because I put the loading screen of the dungeon on the thumbnail. Oh, okay. The latest video had a bunch of stuff. We had Dark Flame Cleft, we have Motherlode. But what was the final one of the last one? Don't tell me it was a Theater. It was a Theater of Pain. I got my revenge on Theater of Pain. So maybe I should do Dark Flame Cleft rather than Theater of Pain. Let's see if we can do Dark Flame Cleft. Oh, now they have 3 melee, bro. I'm not joining a 3 melee group. No, it's a Hunter Marksmanship, so 2 melee plus... No, yes. 3 melee, 2 ranged, 1 melee has to run out. We don't know which. I don't know. That's looking sketch, man. Whatever. I'll apply to the group and see. If I get invited, I get invited. Beggars can't be choosers anyway. How many skills you use in a rotation? What do you mean by that, Daniel? That depends entirely on the spec I'm playing, right? If I'm playing, I don't know, Beast Mastery Hunter, I'm going to use 4 abilities. If I'm playing Red Paladin, I'm going to use 4 to 5. If I'm playing, I don't know, Enhancement Shaman, I'm going to have to use a bit more than that. So, you know, it entirely depends on the spec I'm playing. Okay, I debated for so long, and then now they're not even considering inviting me. Come on. I've timed other 13s. I can live it. Your current character when fighting a pack or boss. I really use, let's see. 6 abilities constantly. So Judgment, Blessed Hammer, and Hammer of Wrath, those are my generators. I use Consecration regularly to just keep the Consecration buff on me. Shield of the Righteous is my spender, so I spam that. And I use, what's this thing called? The Avenger's Shield fairly often. I also often use Word of Glory because it heals me, so you could argue I have 6 abilities that I spam. And then the cooldowns are relatively often, 45 seconds or so. We have Eye of Tyr and we have the Divine Toll. Those two are every 45 seconds. So every pack I use them at least once. But these guys are decked out, man. This 13 Dark Flame Cleft actually looks pretty juicy. Could do that. I see, not too bad. Yeah, it's fairly involved. It's a lot more than like Guardian Druid. Guardian Druid is you use Mangle, you use Thrash, and you use Iron Fur. That's it. You spam those 3 buttons, and if you spam Swipe, you're doing it wrong. Oh, I guess you use Moonfire a lot too now with the current build and all that. But yeah, if you're spamming Swipe, you're doing it wrong on Bear Druid. I'm sorry to say, but if you have more than like 30, 40, 50 casts of Swipe in your run, you're doing it wrong and you wasted a lot of damage and probably risked people ripping aggro off you and dying. It'd be nice to join this group even though they have 2 melee. Just because the host seems to be decked the heck out. He's in a 17 Priory. It's impressive. The highest key I've done this season is a 15, so them's big boys over there. Ooh. Declined by the person with less rating than me. Declined by the person with less rating than me. I guess they have more item level because they had more time to grind. So maybe that's why they're declining me. But oh well. Oh, the mechanic was to run away from the puddle he spawns, but due to the lag, they would all stand in it because the time lapsed and the game registered the damage. Oh, okay, so it was impossible for them to avoid it, is what you're saying. Okay. Deimos says, would love to see more videos on this character after you hit 3k. I enjoyed the videos where you just leveled and showed us how you gear up. You'll see more of that in the next season. I don't really stick to characters after the series is done. I don't usually do more videos of them. It's people like what people like the most is the beginning of a new series. That has universally been true. Those videos do the best by far always. All of my top viewed videos have been one of the first 2 episodes, usually the first episode of a series. So I'm not very incentivized to do whatchamacallit, to do too many videos on a single series or single character because people like the new stuff more. New Theater of Pain listed? Did I miss it? Or was that a message a while ago? Would have liked to go as high as 15. Was not in my stars this season. I got a 14 mother load. Hey, 14's pretty dang good. Most people just get whatever amount of 13s they need to get 3K, and then they stop playing the character, which is perfectly fair. 3K is a really good goal. Mother of God, there's like nobody who wants to actually take me for the 13s. Come on, I've timed keys that are harder than DFC. Why am I not getting invited to DFC? This is embarrassing. Get your shit together, fellas. Do I have to run another Floodgate? Maybe Floodgate is where I will have some luck. There's an Operation Floodgate right here. Let's do that. Fuck it. Although I am stressed out about getting murdered on Big Mama again, but it's getting really late and I want to get this challenge over with. Dude, NA is fucking dead. It's Sunday at 4:40 p.m. and there's nobody posting any fucking 13s. Okay, maybe there are some 13s. Let's take a look at overall 13s, what there is. This is it. This is fucking stupid. And 2 people are spamming with advertisements. It's insane. This is all there is for 13s. There's more advertisements than there is actual people playing the fucking game. It's insane. NA is dead as fuck, bro. There's way more shit happening on EU. Like, I look at EU keys and there's way more happening at any given point in time. Well, let's get back to Floodgate and these keys that'll actually give me the rating I need. Four melee, and if they invite a 5th melee, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna handle that last part, like the second boss, but you know what? Whatever. Let's do it for the memes. Good luck, dude. Got to hit the hay. Good night, Sergeant Smash. Big Mama catching you with a bat? Yeah. Gonna electro. Is it, what's the ability called? Electrocute? It's crazy. Sundays were never too busy on NA, even mid-season at this time. Really? I don't know. That's kind of weird. Whatever day I log in on, though, dude. Whatever day I logged in on this character for this last week, there's been no keys. I've been struggling to find people that are doing keys. And then the ones that are doing keys are just like not great. They don't want to invite me, and that's why they're not great. Maybe this person invites me to their Floodgate with their 2.7k IO. Have you ever explained how to bind abilities? You put them on the bars and you put a keybind for that spot and then it works. I'm joking. Well, there's a few things to take into consideration. You want to recognize what type of ability it is first. So it's good to know whether it's if it's a defensive, you kind of want to always have defensives on the same similar keybind. Mine are usually here on the mouse keybinds. I always put, if I have a kind of immunity like Bubble, Divine Shield here, I put it on Shift mouse button 5. So on, whatchamacallits, on Hunter, I'll put Turtle there because it's an immunity. And yes, what Wings just mentioned, every single character has their kick on R. Every single character I play has a kick on R. Every tank has a taunt on Shift T. Every AoE CC is always on Shift C. Every single target in CC is on B for me and stuff like that. So, you know, stuff like that really, really helps with just picking up a new class more quickly. You will reflex press the kick button on every class you play if you keep putting it on the same keybind. So hopefully that helps if that's kind of the suggestions and or advice you were looking for, Anto DP. Okay, you were just looking for an example. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, come on, guys. Just... Oh, Theater of Pain, plus 13. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And that's going to be spicy.
Anto just hit us with the Prime sub. Thank you so much, Anto. I appreciate that. Me having Razor Naga, also fun and easy, but I couldn't heal without an add-on. Yeah, there's a lot of UI stuff you can do to make healing significantly easier. I'm going to teleport over to Theater of Pain. This group looks like it's actually forming. Alright guys, so for this dungeon, I'm going to be turning off the webcam and the UI and stuff that's for the stream. And I'm just going to commentate like I'm not streaming and I'm just recording a video. And that way I feel like I'll be able to... whatchamacallit? I'll be able to use it for the upcoming video. Last question. You movement AWDS? Yes, I also use Q and E for movement. So that I can use A and D to rotate my camera if I need to, if my mouse is busy doing other things, which as a healer that often happens. I'm usually like, I'll turn like this with A and D. And I'll be able to keep moving my mouse over these guys to be able to heal. And then if I need to strafe, I have Q and E. So I'm scared with the add-on purging they want. They will lose healers, I feel. I think they'll have good replacements for any of the add-ons you're using in the base stuff. They need to add string imports, otherwise people will go insane to remake their UIs. You can already use string imports to share your default Blizzard UI. Like on edit mode, you can import strings to set up your UI. So if edit mode supports it, then I think other parts of the UI should support it as well in the future. Yeah, if they have bad replacements for the add-ons they kill, it'll be very, very, very bad. And I think that that's been communicated to them fairly clearly. Now, how much they take that into account, we'll end up seeing. But, guys, I think it's time for my face cam to go bye-bye. So no more cool background, no more none of that. We're going to switch to this layout where you guys get to see the game and everything in the chat. I did just ask people if they know how to do the skips and whatnot. This group is willing to do the skips, so that's going to be very, very nice for us. But also, I'm going to stop reading chat now. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to focus in on commentating as if this was a video so that I have the final dungeon where I hit 3K as a video type. It's time for the live commentary. Yeah. Oh, this is even a resilient key. I mean, that's great. Bye stream Vlad, hello video Vlad. Okay. Me and Wings will shit talk in here instead. Shaman's taking a while to get here. He's almost here though, I think. Not covering up the chat. I don't cover up the chat in videos either, so it's not a big deal, I think.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we go with a Theater of Pain 13. Now I do know we did a Theater of Pain for the end of the last dungeon, but I kind of ran out of options as to what to do. This was kind of the easiest dungeon that I could get the most rating out of. We're 10 rating away from hitting our goal of 3k rating. It is almost midnight here where I am. And of course, it's just under 5 p.m. in the States on the East Coast. The group has agreed to skip the mini-bosses, so we're hoping to have that happen. It looks like we are soothing the Bloodhorn, which is very good. That way we can reduce the damage being done to the group here significantly. Makes the healing part of this encounter a lot easier. There's a Raging Tantrum. No Soothe going out right now, it looks like. We're going to try and do some off heals here. I'm going to use a big defensive here, make sure I live. And we're going to send out interrupts towards the Accursed guy. Keep him moving on top of us. Now, people are kind of far away. I'm going to bubble here. I got to keep myself safe. I used the Lay on Hands on our Druid friend, who was kind of stuck in a weird place. Now, that guy that was far away, that's who I was talking about. They were far away, which means that when the breath comes out, they're going to have a hard time getting out of that breath. So what you should do is you should stay relatively close, loosely stacked, close to the boss. That way, you can avoid getting caught in the frontal and not being able to get out. That's like the #1 way to die to the frontal, is to be a bit too far away. Now we're moving with the boss here, or with these zones that are getting put down. I want to move the bosses a little bit further away from the zones so that people can get away from... Oh no, this person's almost dead. I was trying really hard to give them freedom, but I gave it to someone else instead because my mouse over... Well, I'm not very quick with my mouse movements. So I'm a little worried with that when I have to do it. It does look like we're going to be able to get through this boss fight, and I think that is a good portent for the things that are coming. I really hope we manage to do the mini boss skips, because that saves so much time it's not even funny. We're gonna hit that guy with a shield. Keep that what's it called? Consecration rolling. Gotta keep that buff up. It's very important for us. We're very mastery heavy with this build that we have going on right now. And the more mastery you have, the more value you get out of consecration. So you gotta make sure you keep that consecration up if you're running the stats I'm running. I don't know if it's better to run crit or mastery. From what I've seen on Archon, it seems to be that people are kind of equally dipping into both crit and mastery. I decided to go a bit heavier on the mastery, so here we are enjoying the benefits of consecration. If everything goes according to plan, we are going to be killing these 3 last mobs to get percent. Now we're gonna have to pull a whole bunch of shit. If we skip both the mini bosses, we're gonna have to pull a whole bunch of stuff next to on the wing, on the last wing, which is the Kultharok wing, the one with the Lich. So that's something to keep in mind, is that we do need a lot of percent from there. I'm going to pull this guy in. I'm gonna throw some judgments at him, and we're gonna use wings. Stack is what I'm gonna say. Stack. Okay, so we're gonna keep saying stack until people actually start stacking. I know the Arbalest is far away, but there's nothing we can do. Our best bet is to just keep stacking, because then we reduce the damage we're going to take, or we trivialize these whole circles and spinny bits. I'm going to keep sending damage towards the Arbalest as best I can, but I do have to keep in mind that this guy's going to kick my ass if I let him, so I got to keep using defensives and stuff. People are finally stacking. That's good. We do need a bit of damage on that Arbalest. I'm going to keep sending whatever damage I can towards them. Somebody also recognizes that that thing needs to die, which is good. It is our elemental shaman. He's blasting the bejesus out of it. We're going to keep sending damage towards it as we can, while also making sure that this guy doesn't kill us. Arbalest is almost dead. He will get a couple of shots off, and now we seem to be good. Everyone is still stacked. Perfect. Very well handled by the group here. After we move to the next spot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a marker, a ground marker right here. And people will stack on that marker, and I'll do a pull timer, and we're just going to run past the first or the second mini boss. I'm going to do /pull 5.
5, 4.
We're going to give freedom
2,
to our priest.
1.
And we're just going to run. We got movement speed from the druid as well. We're just running. We managed to do the skip. This is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful. I gotta heal myself, make sure that gets interrupted. Divine Toll goes out. The Arbalists move, but they reposition on top of... I'm gonna stun this immediately. People are focusing Arbalists instead of focusing the big guy. I don't have enough damage to hold aggro here, so I'm gonna have to pop some stuff. But that's okay. Do some off heals on the people that got hit by the Arbalists. Now here you really should focus the captain, even though the Arbalists are doing the damage to the group. You gotta focus the captain, because the captain gives what, 75 AoE, 75% reduced AoE damage to people. That is a significant amount. Like, you need to take care of him, and then you can take out the Arbalists and blow these guys up. We're gonna put another marker down here. We're gonna do another pull 5.
5,
And get ready to give the priest a movement speed buff.
1.
We fight him. We fight him. We can't risk it. Oh, this is a very bad situation. Lay on hands on this person. People are coming over. We need to stack so these circles don't mess with us. I saw that someone pulled, and I just immediately engaged the mini boss. I don't want to reset here just because of the mini boss. We're lucky, and this is one of the easier ones to deal with. It's really only me that's under threat of damage, because we're stacking, so all of these swirlies are all landing at the same spot, and it leads to us being able to just avoid those doing damage in a significant way. Oof, I almost got stuck there. It looks like our friend Fishal over there, whatever, got kind of stuck. I don't know if I can help them with a Blessing of Protection here. Kind of unfortunate. They're gonna just have to stand there and watch. This is very, very bad for our DPS, but it's still better than people dying and wiping, I think. I think it's still better than people dying and wiping. Alright. This, I think, is the last set of things that are going to drop down here. I am unable to block, I think, when this happens to me. And she should be dead here. I'm hoping she's dead here. Please be dead here, lady. There we go. Almost. No biggie. Yeah, I typed out almost no biggie to the group because I think they need a bit of morale booster after failing the skip, because it is a big time loss. But then again, we can now pull less shit and less dangerous shit around the Lich boss area. So that actually reduces their chances of dying to the Bone Spear guys in the Lich area. Although I am a prot paladin, so interrupting the Bone Spear guys is actually not as difficult as you might think, since I can just solo lock down one of them, and then other people can lock down the other one, and it works out quite well. Now I should look to give movement speeds to our priest friend. He is the slowest out of all of us. So I should look to just give him freedom whenever there's any reason to move. Trying to do big dam. It looks like people are slow to kill each other in the PvP section, but we're doing enough damage to not have to worry about it too much. We were able to take out the banner before he starts doing his combos. I'm going to give the priest movement speed now so he can move wherever he needs to a little bit more quickly. I'm not going to risk standing in this. There's no reason. I don't gain on much damage from standing in that circle, so I'm just going to not risk dying to like missing a defensive or something while standing in it. And we're just going to go ham on the moving out of things. This banner should evaporate considering that all the DPS is here. And all the DPS, by the way, kind of looks like they're blasting. We're going to give the priest movement speed again for this intermission thing. They can get out of the way if they need to. Wonderful. I think movement speed just ran out as this guy finished. So if I give the movement speed at the start of the like intermission of him doing his AoE spells, that means that the priest will have movement speed for the entirety of it, and that'll make it easier for them to avoid those nasty things that may murder them. I can also look into giving them movement speed or giving them a blessing of freedom if the banner isn't killed very quickly, because that way they don't have the movement speed debuff. Our druid friend just went down because the banner wasn't dead and he couldn't move fast enough, although he could have shapeshifted out. Oh, he lagged. Okay, because it did look like he didn't even move. I will give them a CR though. 30% of the boss is left. We lose a significant portion of damage if our druid is just dead the entire time for 30%. And it becomes much more difficult to deal with the banners because we have no DPS left up here if there is one DPS dead. There we go. We dealt with this banner well. We're going to give movement speed to the priest to help them out for the rest of this intermission. I'm going to use wings here, and I should be able to live that because I don't think I had enough time to get out because I was thinking of other things. PvP being engaged, that means we probably can't kill the boss quickly enough, and we might have to focus this banner down anyway. So I'm going to start focusing the banner. I have Divine Toll, which will help me with the DPS on the banner as well. Gotta keep that consecration up. And there we go. That's the banner dead. We're safe, and now we can safely kill the boss with no more issues. Give the movement speed to the priest, and we're good to go. Xav has been taken care of. First step of the dungeon went down on Xav due to the druid lagging, is what they said, which makes sense. All right, now this part is scary for me because there's two very, very, very important kicks. It's also scary for me because I don't have any good way to gain aggro of this whole group. So I may have to bubble just for aggro. I'm looking for the important kicks. I'm not going to interrupt anything else. I'll let people handle that. Here's one important kick. We're going to switch to the other one. The hunter does manage to get the kick in for that. It looks like these guys are kind of melting though, which is very, very good. I'm going to try and move these guys out of the thing with the stuff. Dispel this immediately. And send out kicks to the sledge spreaders. It would be ideal if the range DPS just stacked on us, but I understand that they are busy casting. We're going to interrupt that with our cast. Okay, I'm going to stun this guy and just let him die. There we go. And these guys I can now drag into the next group. They're not very dangerous. It's the sledge spreaders that I'm worried about. The rest of them I really don't give a shit about. Focus on one of them, target the other, and then we can very safely take care of that. We're going to interrupt this with a shield throw. We're going to focus interrupt this, but the druid beat us to it, and I'm okay with that. It's nice to see people actually kicking. We're going to send as many kicks as we can with our Avenger shields. Lots of kicks going out, and these guys are absolutely melting. Love to see it. We're going to finish off the Butcher here, and then we're going to look to see which one is better. I think this one's moving towards us. This side. We go this side. This should be faster. I couldn't see if he was moving towards us on the other side or away from us. I couldn't tell. But when I approached a little bit closer, I was able to see that it was moving towards us, which means we go this side because this guy was already here and ready to get started moving away from us. Nobody pulls. That's beautiful. We're going to focus on interrupting the sledge spreader again. Using offensive while I set up my consecration and my shield of the righteous. And that should be a-okay. Again, we're just going to spam kicks into the sledge spreader because there's nothing else to interrupt of great importance here. So we can just keep staring at him and spamming him with interrupts, and he should be that much easier to take out. With him dead, I'm considering pulling... Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Just for the timer's sake. We're going to Divine Toll now. That should give me aggro on all of these guys. Amazing yoink back by the Druid. Love the yoink back here. Now really scared that people are gonna die to the frontal here. We're gonna use the defensive. Frontal backle thing. But we're gonna use a defensive. God, Vlad, finish one sentence. Just one sentence would be plenty. Sorry, I'm kind of anxious here. Yeah, we're gonna try and just make sure that we don't die to this guy's frontals and that we interrupt the sledge spreader. This important cast. If it goes off, the group's basically dead. This discharge thing. We're gonna take care of that. Don't want no discharge. That sounds like a health condition. You should see someone for that. Get out of here. Alright. It's just the gas bag. I'm going to finish off the gas bag, or make the group finish off the gas bag before we move on to the boss. And we're going to drag these two mobs that are left into the boss. That should work just fine, because they're not that dangerous. Okay, give the priest movement speed. And we can lust here, actually. Lust. There we go. Oh, they did it right as I said it. That's amazing. Hateful Strike comes through, but I have defensives running for this, so we should be fine. Divine Toll goes out, gets me aggro of these new mobs that just spawned in. And we stay close to the center of the room. I feel like that's the best place to park these guys. Of course, you get pushed out of it from the leftovers dying and leaving the zones, but for the most part, staying in the center of the room is pretty dang good. It looks like the group has good offensives ready for the start of the fight, which means we get the pleasure of disposing of Gorechop very quickly. We're going to use the defensive here because the Hateful Strike's going off. We're going to bop our priest because he got caught by one of those hooks, and that bop will both remove the bleed and the stun, so using bop there is very beneficial. Now hopefully nobody else gets caught, and then we don't have to regret the fact that we don't have a bop anymore. We're going to go ahead and use our judgments to make sure we get aggro on these leftovers. Lovely way to get aggro on them. It's very easy to get aggro on these guys as a paladin, because you actually have range DPS options or range damage options. It's very difficult as a warrior to get aggro on them because you need to get up close and personal as a warrior to really generate significant aggro. But with paladin, you just throw a judgment, and when that hammer hits their dome, it's all ogre. I just procced my cheat death because I thought I had the Ardent Defender up, but I didn't. It was like a few seconds away. But that's okay. We lived it thanks to our cheat death. And now we have to... Oh, we just lost someone, but they have their thingy with the stuff. I gotta make sure I live here. Hold on, I'm gonna shut up and focus up for just a second. Just a second. It looks good. Okay, people dipped low, and I dipped low, and there was an offensive coming in, and all sorts of things. But right now, I think we're chilling. Send out the judgments. Ooh, I moved too far too quickly, so I got yoinked back. We're going to off-heal our priest, and we're going to give them Blessing of Sacrifice to reduce the damage they're taking. Hateful Strike comes through, we bounce back with a heal. We should be chilling now. Okay, Gorechop is almost dead, and that's the least favorite fight of mine in this entire dungeon, I think. Last boss is also a bit of a pain, but that's just because it's a difficult boss compared to this. This one just feels like it lasts forever, and it makes it more difficult. Off heals for our priests again. I don't want them to die here near the end. It looks like they're handling it. Some jumps on the priest. We're going to give them a bit of an off heal, and that should be it. We're safe here. Only Koltharok is what stands between us and Mordretha, the Endless Empress. And those two bosses are all that stands between us and 3K IO on this brand new NA account. Alright, I think we use a lot of movement speed abilities here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give freedom to my friend the priest here, and we're going to just run and hope for the best. People are running a bit ahead of us. I'm going to Divine Toll here now. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to yeet this. And then we're going to stand over here. Just kind of hope for the best. We're going to pop wings. We're getting AoE CC in, which is what matters. I'm the one being focused by that. When I can, I will give freedom again to our priest. I don't have sack available just yet. Blind. I'm going to send out blind because I see 3 cast bars. That's a good time to send out AoE CC. I'm going to send as many kicks as we can into these souls because they hurt. It adds up. Doesn't hurt as much as the Guardian, but it definitely adds up. We're waiting for the green orb thing to appear, and then we're going to grab it and take it to here. We want to avoid going onto zones that have these mage things that throw the spears because they're the most dangerous mob in here. They will one-tap someone if you don't manage that kick properly. So you got to look out for that. The soul binders are much more easy to manage. We're going to give freedom again to Shelby. Shelby will end up... Oh, I just wasted my kick because of that fear or incapacitating roar. But we give freedom because the souls, their debuff, their beam thing that they do, if you give freedom to someone, that'll protect them from getting that debuff because it is a slow. And since freedom removes slows, you don't have to deal with it. Now we have multiple ways of getting rid of the bone maggot. Yeah, we instantly got rid of it. I didn't have to use my, whatchamacallit, my racial, my blood elf racial, which removes magic buffs from enemies, but we got rid of it through either trank shot, dispel magic from the priest, or from the purge by the shaman. That seems fine to me. Just getting some interrupts into the soul binder. Here's the soul storm. Now I kind of don't want to pull during the soul storm, but I kind of have to as well. We're going to send out Divine Toll to make sure these guys don't cast anything during the soul storm. There we go. So I need to pull these groups on the side because it's just how it works. When we skip one of the mini bosses, we need to pull 2 groups on the side. If we skip both of the mini bosses, we have to pull all 4 groups on the side of the big platforms on our way to Koltharok. We're just going to grab this thing so we don't have to worry about it later. And now I can move on to the next one. Look. Oh, come on, lad. I do that so often where I right-click twice on the little orb pedestal thing, and I just mess up. Whatever. We're going to send the Judgment, and then we're going to send one of these. I'll wait for my Divine Toll here to pull the next... Actually, I can send it now. Screw it, like this. And that should work just fine. And I'm going to put focus on the Soul Binder. Really, only the Soul Binder is important to interrupt, because he will do the big AoE volley cast. We're going to send out Divine Toll now. We're going to make sure that we interrupt the volley. The Divine Toll is just for mostly damage and make sure that everything gets silenced. This is a very good, very efficient pull. If you pull both sides, though, it can be very, very hectic. The reason these Dark Speakers aren't that big of a threat is because their casts only go on the tank, and the tank can very much survive these casts hitting them. It shouldn't be an issue, at least at the key levels I'm doing, which is 12s and 13s, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And that is this area done. So far, only 2 deaths, one of them due to lag, another one due to, I can't really remember, what was it? I think they just got caught by something in the previous boss's area, which worked out just fine, I think, because they have their reincarnation. Hopefully they don't need it by the end of the dungeon. But this is looking very, very good. 11 minutes remaining. We're almost close, like we're close to the last boss. We're going to keep the Bone Magus silenced, and we're going to interrupt this. Beautiful. I'm just focusing on the interrupts for most of the dungeon, as you can see, because it makes a big difference if you have someone who can, well, basically keep the mobs locked down and unable to do anything. Now just a Dark Speaker left for this pack. He is, of course, complete non-issue as long as you avoid that big tornado. And we have 2 decurses to use in this group. Both the Druid and the Shaman are able to decurse if they have the talent for it. So we shouldn't have any issues with the curses that the big Lich guys drop. We're going to go ahead and drop this lovely thing right here. I'm going to ping the fuck out of it. That way people might actually stand there for the ads. And we're going to get started. Death Spiral goes out. I really don't care about the Death Spiral. Most of the time, I will not bother really moving out of the orb because it just doesn't do enough damage for me to really worry about it. And I'm going to just try and stay very, very stationary so that people don't have to worry about where it is that the tank is. So they know exactly where that thing is going to be. We're going to end up being. By that thing, I mean the beam that goes out and hits the tank every now and again. We're going to Divine Toll here while targeting one of those to make sure that at least one of the beams or at least one of the tolls goes out to them. And we're going to interrupt Kultarok. Ideally, we interrupt Kultarok only when he's not casting at me. If he's casting at me, I'm just going to hold my interrupt and rather use it when he's casting at someone else. Because I don't care if he has cast at me. He can hit me all he wants. It's not going to make a difference. But my friends here, they might not be quite as happy about getting targeted by the spell. 55% already. We're absolutely melting Kultarok. We're doing very good on the damage front. This group is really, really good. I'm happy to end this series on a high note. It does look good and very promising right now. I really hope we don't brick this somehow. Also, you might hear Danny laughing in the background. I think she's just having a blast at running some keys with Aerolith and the boys. You can see here I sent out my Avenger Shield on the enemies in the back rather than on Kultarok, even though he was casting. And then again is because I'm trying to interrupt only when he casts on others. When he casts on me, I don't really care. Doesn't make a big difference to me. Sean Connery coming in for the save on the interrupt there. People are interrupting as well. It's lovely to see. I can contribute to this one, luckily. You're gonna have to drop the souls one more time, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much. Send out my Divine Toll. Boss should be dead here before they are. Actually, no. It looks like people switched over to the ads one more time, but that's better safe than sorry, honestly. It works out. I failed to kick the last thing that he casts, but it is indeed the last thing that he casts as we move on to Mordretha, the Endless Tempress. Now, we do have a little bit of percent left to take care of, but if you remember, we did skip a few mobs at the beginning of the dungeon. We can beat those guys up while we wait for Mordretha to spawn in. She takes 30 seconds to spawn in due to some RP. So what we can do, yeah, see, those are the 30 seconds right there. What we can do is we can pull these guys and just deal with them while we wait for Mordretha to show up. I'm not going to use Divine Toll here because I want to save Divine Toll for when the ads show up, when you get the circles during the Mordretha fight. That way, if I Divine Toll during that, what we're able to do is we're able to silence all those mobs because they spam cast, and if they're silenced, they're just going to walk up to us and smack us in the face, and we're okay with that because that way we can cleave them down. They're all stacked up very quickly. They will die. And there's Mordretha. We're going to get started here right away. We're just going to smack her in the face. I'm going to drag her to the side of the room. We're going to get started. We have Bloodlust available, but we might want to use that for the second half of the fight where she does significantly more damage and is much more dangerous because of all the extra effects going on. The extra effects being basically she does more damage and there's piggies running across the battlefield, and there's the guys doing the circles, which are much less dangerous than the piggies. But it is time to see ourselves use the first Divine Toll. We're going to go ahead and use it right now. That should interrupt just about everything. I hit the last one with a regular one, and we're bloodlusting right now during the ads. I'm not sure I like that course of action. I'd much rather just have held it for the second part. If not the second part, then at the start of the pull, because if you use it at the start of the pull, what you're going to end up doing is more damage, and you're going to kill her overall more quickly. But beggars can't be choosers. It's not me popping lust, it's the shaman. So we're just going to deal with what we get. Echoes of Carnage going out. We're all full health. We're all very healthy right here. I'm going to send out some off heals as best I can. Circles coming down. Those are the ones I talked about. And we're going to pop wings here to keep ourselves safe from the damage she's about to do to us from that reaping scythe. That starts doing more damage in P2. It looks like we're perfectly safe here. Yes, even the direction we have to move in to survive. I'm going to lay on hands or a healer. I don't want to risk them dying there. I think they were safe and out of the woods, but I just pop lay on hands. Make sure that they live. Grasping Rift goes out. We have Divine Toll available again, which means that these adds that are about to spawn in, I can again silence all of them. I'm going to use a defensive here. Try and keep myself nice and safe. We're going to do Divine Toll. Everything gets hit. That one's stunned. We're going to silence it post toll, so to speak. We're going to see our friend here, the shaman that went down to... I'm not sure what they went down to. Maybe a cast went off by one of the adds. We're going to bubble here, make sure we live. I do not want to die right here at the end of the fight due to not having a defensive ready because I spammed all of them like a dum-dum. No piggy running at us. Depending on where the frontal goes, we might be in trouble here. We are not in trouble. We're able to move out of the way. Make sure everyone's nice and healthy here before the next Grasping Rift goes out, which is soon. All the circles are far away from us. We're very close to being done with this. We don't have Divine Toll for this one, but we're going to try and make sure that we interrupt as many as possible. We're going to blind now. No piggy on us. It looks like maybe one piggy on us. Trying to interrupt this. Frontal goes out. Heal the hunter. There we go. And that's Mordretha done. 18 rating gain. 3008 rating total. Giving us the War Within Keystone Legend for Season 2 right there. Right then and there. And that is amazing. We get the Ritual Bone Band Warbound. I don't care about that. Thank you for the key. And the trust on the route. If you want to see yourselves play, you can check out Definitely Not Vlad on YouTube. There we go. Gotta shield the YouTube channel. See you around. And we're gonna leave. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Hello, friends. Back to the stream cam, back to everything. How did you guys like that? Some live recording action going on. Read the chat. Reset the chat and read the chat. Oh god, what are you guys saying here? I also enjoy nom-nomming on old shoelaces while braiding my lover's pubes. You do no such thing. This is a lie. I don't know what I'm supposed to... What? Raw experience, raw dogged by Vlad. Oh god, what am I reading? Can I get a synopsis of what you degenerates were saying while I was busy doing things? NFK Nat, I have moisturized. She has used points for moisturizing. Ken says that was great. I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed that. That was an awesome run, Daniel. I'm actually really, really happy that was a really, really good Theater of Pain run. I feel like I handled every part of the run really, really well. I also want to see my consecration up to 90% consecration. 95%. 90% consecration, I think, is the highest I've ever had. So I'm very happy with that. That is so good, dude. I'm so happy. Read the chat, please, I beg of you. Okay, I'll try to find the first message that I missed, but I don't know when that is. Okay, bye stream Vlad, hello video Vlad. Now I have to sit here and read the chat. I'm predicting a failed soothe and then wipe. Well, you were wrong, Wings. You were wrong. I'm reading the chat messages because Danny has ordered me to do so. Oh, we have a true, definitely not Vlad experience. Raw experience, I'm getting chills. Raw dogged by Vlad. Thank you for your... That's for you to experience. I enjoy watching. Cuck. Hey, don't be talking like that. Lenny's actually coming over to Helsinki. What the hell? I mean, I meant watching the stream, but if you insist. Oh, god damn. Sergeant Smash is back because he couldn't sleep. Well, you got to watch this wonderful run I just did. That's awesome. Lenny says, I'm holding my penis. Wait, no. Sounds like more cuck action right there. Zillarox bro just followed. Thank you very much. You get to watch me reading the chat for a bit. Trying to catch up while after finishing the video. Y'all just holding random genitalia. The fuck is this chat? I'm cradling seeker's balls, Aerolith. Jesus Christ. Craving and feeling craveling. What? Marcus says, and I quote, this is a quote, I am craving the small strings from your socks that get stuck between your tiny moist toe beans after a long day of walking at work. I also enjoy nom-nomming on the old shoelaces while braiding my lover's pubes. This I saw. Yes, this is very good. Vlab got pubes like rope. No, I don't. I trim my pubes regularly, as most people should, just for personal hygiene reasons. Unless you just love bush. I don't know, man. I'm not going to yuck your yum, but I think it's better for everyone if you at least trim. Fluffy meadow, I call them. Oh, Vlad, let down your pubes. What light through yonder window breaks? Dick Punzel. Velcro, I can't tie my shoes, but I can fuck your bitch. I'm just gonna end the stream reading part, the chat reading part. Oh, NFK Nat saving up them points big time. Lots of thingy things. Ash says, what the fuck did I just join? You joined me reading the chat that was being posted while I was focusing on commentary and not reading chat. So yeah. 3K in less than 12 hours now? Well, I'm already 3K Echo and Chaos, so I'm done with it. But what is our slash played? Total time played, 4 days, 27 minutes, and 9 seconds. And I feel like 3 days and 12 hours of that was in Delves. Time played this level, 2 days, 23 hours, 39 minutes, and 10 seconds. I'm going to take a screenshot of this just to make sure that I have a good screenshot of it. Let's paste that in here. Played after 3K. There we go. Very nice. Also, may I point out, some crazy freaking feral droid damage right here. Absolutely crazy. That's some good shit. I like that. Your life would have been better if you'd skipped the chat purer, cleaner. Dude, I sit on Discord with these same people making the chat feel degenerated. So, I've heard worse, trust me. Don't worry about it. This chat needs 150% bleach. Yes, it needs to kill all the germs and part of my will to live. I do love you guys. You guys are a lot of fun. Was it 2 weeks, Vlad? I've lost track. Yeah, it was 2 weeks, I think. I had 2 resets, so it was a bit over 2 weeks. But I played what? Like it says in the chat here, you can't see it, but it says 2 days, 23 hours, 39 minutes, and 10 seconds left on played on this level. So yeah, a good chunk of time spent leveling though. 1 whole day just of leveling. That's kind of crazy. Oh man, it is now 12:30 a.m. friends. I feel like this is a good point to end the stream. We've hit 3K. We've secured the video. Now I have to go to sleep so I can start editing it tomorrow and make it a nice one for a send-off for the NA series and basically for season 2 because, oh hey, I got the yeah, I got the mount. Look at that. We got the mount. Let's just boop, there we go. Mount number go up, which is dopamine. We love us some dopamine. Oh, we're spamming emotes now. That's what we're doing. Okay. That is my cue to go to the bed and not stream anymore. So, thank you very much for joining me today for the last part of our journey with Wyrick on NA. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you probably on Tuesday with a brand new ranged character that I'm going to have to gear up, level up, and then gear up for the Season 3 of The War Within. Catch you.